no country for old Marvel Netflix shows. Sony can't stop announcing Spider-Man sequels. And interesting little factoid about Aquaman director James Wan. All of that plus Ruby on the First Word coming up on Fandom Nonsense. Thing that we hit as soon as the camera rolls ain't being incest.
I mean, we could.
It works on Pornhub.
Is that your leg?
Oh,
that's my dog.
It does. It very well does.
Oh man, I'm still thinking we need to make an Indie Carnival account on fucking Pornhub, because they have such
the entire B movie.
I mean, I could just switch my name. I've got premium, so.
Of course.
we could make softcore porn. It wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, nobody would be that hard.
How's the value on that?
How's the value on it?
On premium. I mean, it's porn. You can get what you need for free.
You can get what you need if you haven't watched everything and anything that's ever existed and now need the actual, like, premium stuff that's 30 minutes long to actually work.
I don't like this the way our episode starts. This is
hey, we're just revealing shit about Colin.
This is my least favorite intro.
You aren't revealing anything. Everybody already knows how I am. Like, it's whatever.
There's a whole world you don't know about Colin, and they're all gonna not know now, too.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm okay with being resident perv.
Resident perv?
Perv.
Resident herb.
Perv.
Resident perv.
My eye!
What fucking hospital?
Incest, porn, and then eye gouging? What is going on here?
That wasn't an eye gouge.
An average Monday.
Yeah.
Are those tags on a video?
Right?
No, Serena, today is Wednesday.
I'm actually surprised I said the right date.
You didn't.
Yes, I did.
Today's Wednesday.
Oh, fuck.
Today is Wednesday.
Today
is Wednesday.
Yeah, welcome to Fandom Nonsense.
We're
I'm
all
Zach.
living.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Colin.
I'm sitting over here.
And what else are you?
Oh, and I'm also Serena.
I'm sitting over here and I'm also Nolan.
It's awful.
Oh, God,
What are we, Death Battle cast? What's going on?
So,
I can't do an intro to save their lives.
We can usually get it.
Nah.
Man.
We usually get it.
Yeah, we usually do it pretty well.
We usually
We go back and forth.
When it's just the three of us, we get it every time.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're not distracted by enjoying each other's presence.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Does that make my presence enjoyable?
I need.
No,
Just take it as a compliment.
I think it was the opposite.
I was just kidding.
Once we go
Either
out,
way.
once we move out there and we have multicam, then I need to do the intro bumper before anybody sits down. That way we can actually, because I have to do that, and it's like jumping back into the conversation. It doesn't like flow naturally. Like we had a good conversation. And it's just like, hey, if you can stop for like 5 seconds so we can start the show.
Yeah.
But,
It's definitely.
and then it's like, oh, okay, what are we gonna talk about? Well, porn and incest.
Tooth Fairy.
Right.
We went from Tooth Fairy to that. Let's make that.
Within the last 3 months, Netflix has canceled 3 of its 5 Marvel shows, being Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Daredevil.
Oh.
Regardless, Marvel hinted that the characters would return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in future projects.
Cool.
Many speculated that Disney Plus would give the heroes a new home, but unfortunately, it does not look like this will be the case anytime soon. According to Variety, when Marvel brokered a deal with Netflix to produce their initial batch of 4 shows that would culminate in the Defenders miniseries, it came with strings attached. Evidently, there's a clause that concerns characters from any canceled series. Once Netflix pulls the plug, the heroes in question can't appear in any Marvel film or TV show for at least 2 years. In other words, potential revival of the 3 aforementioned shows could not spring up until 2020 at the earliest.
Oh, okay. Well,
The 4th series, Jessica Jones, is set to premiere its 3rd season next year. If Jones gets the axe, which seems likely, it could make a comeback until 2021. Variety also points out that The Punisher was not part of the original deal, which might increase its chances of finding a new home.
okay. That's cool. Of those shows, I definitely think that Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Punisher were the strongest.
Yeah.
Luke Cage was really good too. And Iron Fist was trash.
Iron Fist was
obviously.
awful.
Yeah.
Iron Fist was. I started watching it. I started really, really trying to get into it, and I got through
Right.
the first season.
There were some
And
bits
it's
of it that
still
were
just,
really
like,
good.
Yeah, it caught me
like,
with
some of
that
the fight
scene
scenes were
of
good.
him listening to "So Fresh, So Clean," walking through the city,
Yeah.
barefoot, just like that was just so fucking cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was the opening thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, every 3 seconds, I'm the Iron Fist, I'm the Iron Fist, I'm the Iron Fist, I'm the Iron Fist, I'm the Iron Fist.
So as Marvel fucking official or whatever is actually getting into the TV game with Loki and Scarlet Witch and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming probably gonna bridge that gap, especially now that Disney's moving into the streaming thing of pulling down those walls of the TV and the movies. Which one do you think has the best chance of going forward, as far as like what's going to work best with the broader MCU?
Daredevil,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
for sure.
Because he's, of the Defenders, I think the most iconic character.
Oh,
the
yeah.
most, the most.
Him and the Punisher, but you can't do fucking Punisher without making him
Yeah.
fucking R-rated.
Yeah, and the Punisher's actually, I mean, in my opinion, I don't really know the comics very well, but the Punisher movies were done.
Was
Fairly
the original
decently.
Yeah,
Punisher movie?
it's not hard to do that concept.
Yeah.
No, it's really not.
They killed my family.
So I have to
I
murder
must kill
everything.
them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at John Woo.
Yeah, like they did a good job with those too. So I don't really think that he needs to be revived so soon, in any way, shape, or form. Whereas Daredevil, like, has some badass, especially if they do kind of the same cinematic feel on the fight scenes and everything, like the one shot, like actual, like going through, you can tell he's fucking tired by the end of it.
Yeah.
Stuff like, oh my god, that was so cool. Especially like that first hallway fight takes a lot from Nowhere Boy.
Old Boy?
Old Boy.
Yeah.
Old
that scene
Boy.
was
It takes a leaf out of Old Boy's book and does like the hallway fucking like beating the shit out of people scene. Oh my god, it was so good. I think there's only like one part where you can tell that they maybe didn't one shot it, but like it all looks like one continuous, very very good fight scene. It's awesome.
I still haven't watched Daredevil. Unfortunately, the one I've seen the most of is Iron Fist.
Yeah, it sucks because it definitely was the weakest
I think
after a
you'd really
certain
like
point.
Luke Cage.
Oh, I probably
Luke
would
Cage.
like Luke Cage. I like Luke. Oh, I've watched.
Cage is dope.
I've watched the first season. I've watched like the first and a half of Iron Fist, and then I've watched the first 2 seasons of what's that? One?
Arrow.
Jessica Jones.
Oh, what about Arrow?
And Luke Cage is in a little. Is in a bit of that.
I know that's DC, but what about Arrow?
What about Arrow?
After the first season, I kind of
Only good part
fell
about
off.
Arrow is whenever he's John Ramboing it around in the jungle.
Yeah, that was
That's
dope.
the best part about
That
it.
was dope. And then like,
Other than that, he's just too serious. He's not
Yeah.
Oliver Queen.
he's not fucking like like fucking philanthropist billionaire thing.
He's not.
You remember what you were going to say, Aaron?
So the bad arrow, whenever it gets shaped like an arrow, whenever it goes off the bow, but whenever it goes into you, the bat wings come out.
Ah, dope.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and then there's a magnet attached to the back of it, and it rips out of you.
No, it's more of just a way to get
Ruby.
somebody down, and you can pull them to
Ah,
you.
Okay, yeah, that.
Oh yeah.
Like a
But
grappling
wouldn't that
hook for
kind
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd have to be real good. Well, I mean,
So
he
why
throws
not use a
batarangs
grappling
at
hook
people, so I
instead
guess.
of a
It's called the bat grapple.
He already has that.
Yeah, I know. But a bow and arrow is so much sweeter.
I was gonna
All right,
say he has a
Primal
higher chance
Batman.
of actually.
Batman Primal. How about
I
that?
was about to say he's probably going to actually kill somebody if he
Like
causes
Caveman
a
Batman.
wound inside
Cave
them.
bat.
That much.
Cave Bat.
Bat cave man.
I feel like he's not
I mean-
about wounding people like that.
I mean,
He's called Bat
True.
Cave and he lives in the Batman.
but now obviously,
What was it?
Caveman Batman would be very innovative and all. He
Right.
probably invented fire and the wheel and all
Right,
that.
right.
But to actually like the mechanics of making something that on impact would spring
Yeah.
and release, I'd be kind of curious if he could pull something.
Irons off. And
Right.
Stuff
Well, I
like
mean, if he was living in the caveman times, there's Vandal Savage. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He was born in the caveman times, and he got hit with a whole bunch of radiation. And
the
became
immortal
super,
guy?
Frost. Yeah, he's immortal. Super immortal.
Yeah.
Not your average everyday immortal.
Super immortal.
But yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he's
super smart too, and he was.
super
I'm pretty sure in that universe, he was who created fire, or the meteor that came down created the fire. One of the two.
No, I think you're right. I think he created the only
Oh,
one
no.
I've seen is an animated series. I think you're right. He actually did create fire,
Most likely.
and a lot of other things.
But that bat arrow would be sweet as fuck.
that.
Yeah. It would be.
Just bat weapons. Bat Club.
Bat.
What? Now, I want a Nightwing.
That bat
series.
was Mighty Mouse's sidekick.
I want a Nightwing.
He always said your mama jokes.
That would be dope.
I'd be down with that.
Because, like, especially after seeing and I know obviously they wouldn't
No,
be
no,
played
Mighty
by the same
Mouse.
people, but after seeing the Nightwing versus Daredevil death battle
Isn't it the same? I thought you said it was the same guy.
Oh, from Nightwing? Nightwing's the
Yeah.
same guy.
from.
From Titans? Because Titans is originally... Nightwing from Titans originally came from a YouTube series.
Oh, like he's the guy that's actually playing?
He is Nightwing.
Oh.
And he's also in Death Battle.
Dude, I've really been noticing the Warner Brothers connection in RT a lot recently, and it's actually really fucking dope. Like
That is cool.
that, the fact that Ruby's getting a fucking DC comic line next year.
Yeah.
That's good.
People are really starting to realize that they're like doing some shit. I mean, fucking Michael B. Jordan and Dakota Fanning are playing in their animated series.
So
Like,
is David
what the
Tennant.
fuck?
So is
yeah,
David-
David Tennant. I always forget the one. I don't know why. I fucking love David Tennant. I just can't. I don't think of anything with him other than the Doctor after a certain amount of time.
Fucking Maisie, what's her name? Chick
Maisie
from
Williams.
Maisie Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game of
Who
Thrones.
is she playing?
Arya Stark.
Who? No, I.
I don't remember who she's playing in Genlock. But
Isn't it that little hacker with the bunny ears?
I think you're right.
That would be dope. That sounds perfect. Now I need her to cosplay that. That would be super dope.
Okay.
So what you need?
That would be dope.
Maisie, come on.
Meh.
Let's get. So, like everybody else cosplays their characters. You've seen Ruby. Do this.
Do what?
Talking to Maisie,
This.
not you. The cosplay thing. Cosplay her character.
Oh, yeah.
Genlock. Same thing with you, Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, there's so much cosplay fodder in this
Michael B.
season.
Oh, it's
cosplay.
gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be as good of like plastic dip stuff as when like Halo series comes out and stuff. And like people would do like the RVB cosplays. It's gonna be stuff like that,
Yeah.
but also like even bigger.
Talking
and
about, like,
more
Genlock?
dope. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna be like even bigger and more dope. Than,
Oh, yeah, robots.
People will actually make robots
Hmm?
to fight
Right.
in.
Yeah, probably. I mean, people do the Transformers and everything. So why not?
I wonder if they make
And Diva's
action
mech.
figures.
I've seen
That'd be
like
so
somebody
dope.
walking
Robot
around like,
action
as like
figures.
Diva's mech, like her in the mech.
That's cool.
Pretty awesome.
Moving on, Amy Pascal teases Into the Spider-Verse sequel plans and new characters. Amy Pascal is no longer guiding the ship at Sony. If you've seen her joint interview with Kevin Feige, which you understand that's probably for the better. But for better or worse, she's still very much a part of the Spider-Man universe. Her latest effort as producer, Into the Spider-Verse, is earning rave reviews and is currently tracking for an opening weekend total north of $30 million. With a successful debut all but assured, the sequel will inevitably go forward. Pascal teased the animated franchise's future in a new interview with Vanity Fair. She confirmed that the second Into the Spider-Verse installment will be directed by Joaquim Dos Santos. Ooh.
What? Zach just read something he either didn't like or really likes.
No, this is my don't like face. Ooh,
It
is
looks
my,
the same as his do like face.
Ooh, is my like face. Ooh, is my don't like face.
Those seem
Avatar.
very similar.
The Last Airbender.
He directed
Oh.
that?
What about it?
Or
He's attached to it in
produced
some
that?
way. I don't know how. But
Yeah,
he was
that doesn't
that
mean
was-
he's a bad guy. That
Right.
does not mean he's a bad guy.
That
It
was
just means that he's.
All right, M. Night
Made
Shyamalan has still come out
bad
with
movies.
good stuff. Just because that movie sucks doesn't mean M. Night Shyamalan has
Yes.
not come out with good stuff.
You are correct. However, Colin.
Well, no, yeah,
no,
he
I
fucked
know that's
something
true.
up,
It's
but
true. It's true.
I'm just saying that's not.
Did he do Signs?
Has
That's
anyone
not-
seen? Yes, it did.
Signs is the
Signs
shit.
is great. Signs is great. Fucking Sixth Sense is great.
We're
Fucking,
not
there's a bunch of-
talking about M. Night Shyamalan
talking
and
about
Ding Dong
him.
right now.
We're talking about
But this guy's
This dude,
also
what's
done
the-
other stuff, and it's probably
Say that
going to
name
be
again?
good too.
Joaquim Dos Santos, and I'm sure he's done other things, but the only thing they list, the best thing they can come up with, is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Maybe he's been involved with a bunch of other projects on a greater level that are
Okay, hold on. I'm
not
going
that
to.
big.
I am
And David,
already
Yeah.
Joaquin Dos Santos.
Joaquin Dos Santos.
David Callahan, who is doing Wonder Woman 1984, is writing the screenplay. which plans to explore Miles and Gwen Stacy's blossoming romance. Pascal said that was a plot thread included in Peter Lord's original draft of the script. However, it didn't make the film's final cut. Lord also explained that Gwen's prominent role in the movie was largely driven by producer Christina Steinberg.
He did the original Airbender. He directed on the original Airbender.
Oh, the show?
Yeah, the show.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Because he did
Good.
he
Winner.
did some stuff in
Winner.
Korra too.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah,
Joaquin.
I was like, wait a minute,
Dos
Joaquin.
Santos.
Sorry, you're good.
Yeah,
Respect.
Looking forward to
Good
it.
people. Good people.
All right. Yeah, he's a television director. He doesn't really do many films. It looks like.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
I didn't mind it either way, but that's way better.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Additionally, the next film will act
Santos.
as a launching pad for the previously announced spin-off headed by female spider characters. Besides Haley Steinfeld's Gwen making a return in this film, Pascal revealed that it will also feature the Jessica Drew version of Spider-Woman, as well as Cindy Moon, or Silk, who still has a live-action film in development at Sony. Okay, pause. So, are we going to have a live-action Silk in there? Like, is it going to be like fucking Spider fucking Space Jam?
Yeah, I guess so.
God, I hope so.
If it works
I would
that
kill for
well,
that.
then yeah.
That would be dope.
I think it's
Spider
great
Space
that we're
Jam.
going to be able to tell movies about female superheroes in this realm and in the live-action realm as well, because I believe there are going to be characters that really resonate with people, said Pascal. They're funny and quirky and different and heroic in all kinds of different ways that only animation allows you to do. Respect that, for sure.
Past the Avatar stuff, he also produced on Voltron and several
On the new
different-
Voltron?
Yeah.
Oh,
on-
the guys from Avatar worked on the Netflix Voltron.
yeah, and then
It looks
several
so good. Oh, it's so
several DC movies, Spectre and Jonah Hex. Fucking, there's a lot of Justice League movies. I'm not gonna even, but Tron Uprising as well.
Spectre.
Like a lot of the Green
He-
Lantern
yeah,
movies
he's
and
fucking
stuff.
in there.
Like he's all up in some biz. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Whatever the fuck, like let's do it.
Perhaps most surprising was Pascal's insistence that the live-action Sinister Six team-up movie is still a possibility. Okay, Sony. Drew Goddard famously left his role as showrunner of Marvel's Daredevil to write and direct this movie, and apparently he's still willing to make the film. I'm just waiting for Drew to be ready to direct it, added Pascal. I would do anything with Drew Goddard. I'm just waiting for him to tell me what he...
It's a little bit too
Tell
much
me he
information
wants to.
there, Amy. Just gonna say.
You mean anything?
Okay.
A little bit
Anything.
too much.
Do you really? I mean, what if they do? What if Sony does keep it and they end up like actually making the Sinister Six and everything? What if that actually happens?
I mean, they might. But the only thing that concerns me with Sony is
They
if they'll be fucking stupid and not and fuck up a cherry fucking deal that they have with Marvel right now and take Spider-Man back so they can have Spider-Man in all of their fucking all their movies. Because right now they have their deal with Marvel. Sony gets all the fucking money from that. Sony doesn't have to do shit for that. They get a free movie out of it, basically, with the reputation of Marvel behind it.
Instead of the reputation of Sony with
Right.
making films at this point, especially
But
Spider-Man
after-
films.
But after Far From Home, I don't, unless something's happened in the quiet of the night, then it's going to have to be renegotiated again, and we'll see what happens then. I think Venom's probably the only Spider-Man character that you can get away with doing a solo film, and even that I think would have been 100 times better if it had actually been established from that to begin with. But Kraven, Silk, all the different symbiotes, and especially the Sinister Six, they probably will. But I don't think that the fact that they've done decently well with these first two outings of their post-Marvel Spider-Man movies, to me feels like a fluke, because you're going with an animated Spider-Man movie which has never been done before, so that's on its own enticing. and a Venom movie who is a very popular character in his own right and has his own fucking line. But you get into Kraven and everything, I don't think that's going to land with people.
Kraven's a good character.
He's
though.
a good character.
With a lot of story building ability in.
But if you don't have that Spider-Man connection, it's hard. Like, what's Kraven going to be hunting?
It's fair.
People.
Venom.
Right, that's
Most
only,
dangerous game.
Symbiotes. In
I mean,
general.
yeah.
I want to see all the symbiotes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I still haven't seen Venom.
You haven't?
Full disclosure.
Oh well, you see them.
I've watched all kinds of stuff. I've watched like spoiler casts and stuff. But
was actually thinking about wasting some of my play money and renting it tonight.
you should do that.
Yeah.
You should do that. That would be dope. That would be dope.
Play money.
Venom. Is it
Sound like
out?
you're prostitute
Like
now.
to be able to,
Mhm.
dude. Yeah, totally. Let's fucking.
what?
And if we need to like download it, we can hop over to my house and download it and come back if that would be easier.
No, I will wait for the DVD and Blu-ray to come out and buy it officially, like a good law-abiding citizen.
I
would.
meant on your phone from the Play Store. It's still got to download, isn't it? Or is it streamed?
It's streamed.
Oh.
You can just stream Play Store movies off of
I was
YouTube.
not in any way talking about illegal. Why am I saying that voice? I wasn't in any way talking about
I
illegally
was not
downloading
in
it.
any way
Yeah, that's just-
talking about illegal things.
wasn't even gonna do that.
I would never illegally download a movie.
ever.
To do so would be like stealing a car or a purse or somebody's lungs.
Because
Or
the
a-
copy is not being taken, and they actually lose the movie, and they can't find it anymore when we download it.
Right.
Which, speaking of getting things that usually cost money for free, we will be going to see Into the Spider-Verse sometime this week. So, on Christmas, you can see that for free on right here on our YouTube channel. Our review of that. So make sure to tune into that. And, of course, have happy holidays and everything. And
Is this the Christmas episode? Ish?
I mean, I guess so.
No.
Yeah, because the next one will come out after Christmas.
Will it?
Yeah,
That's
it'll come out the day
stupid.
after Christmas.
Damn!
How many days?
I
is
was
it
gonna
Christmas?
wear a
Let's
hat.
do a Christmas
give me the hat.
one.
It's like a week.
That's not your
7
hat.
days.
Go get your own
Yeah.
hat. I'll
Yeah,
wear
because
that
it's
hat.
after. Yeah, it's after
Okay,
midnight.
wear
Yeah,
it.
7 days.
It's over there.
It was gonna be Frosty the
7
Snowman.
days.
Oh, actually, no. I need to go get my beanie.
Fucking the ring is just Santa Claus the whole time.
Happy birthday!
Everyone
Just
has a-
imagine that I
everyone has a
actually
beanie.
have like a Frosty the Snowman hat on
Hold on.
because somebody won't give me the hat. know.
No, we'll hit that. We'll hit this little fun little bit after, and we'll be right back with the first word.
Say it.
Welcome to the first word.
That's not what I meant.
Oh.
This is just
In the
when
movie, isn't the
Frosty the
song
Snowman
called,
puts
like-
on the hat. What happens? What does he say?
Happy
Like gangster
birthday!
song.
Is that what he
it's
says?
just-
Yeah.
And then it's like
Because every time that you put the hat on him, he comes back. Comes to
I
life.
feel like it's
Does it
like
say
really
happy
dark,
birthday?
intense, and soft.
It's my go-to
So no.
is dropping that on people, like sharing that fucking the clip.
Happy birthday!
Did
Frosty,
you
Frosty.
stop?
Are we on the first word right now?
Yes, Colin, it is time to welcome to the first word.
I just did that.
Woohoo! He did say it.
He
But-
did.
He's
He
not
did.
Zach. So
And then you guys talked about hats. And
That's
Frosty
fair.
the Snowman.
woohoo! Happy birthday!
And no, I was looking for my beanie because
Jesus.
I wanted the four of us to all be wearing beanies and Colin not to have a hat, and I couldn't find it, so I had to wear something.
I mean, I'm okay with not having a hat, or I would.
But it's
brought
ruby
a
colored,
fucking
so
hat,
it's I'm
so
cool with it.
I would have brought a hat.
Red and black.
Hold on.
You could, okay, yeah.
I have to
Full
show
ruby
off
colored,
the.
yeah.
I have to show off the Vegeta
I
hairline
thought you meant just like,
going on. You got
it's
that.
like there's a lot of colors. Red, white.
I hate it so much.
Black
It's terrible.
Like, there's a lot of colors in that show. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of a color show.
It's like got all of them. I mean, think.
It's,
All of them.
Is there a periwinkle in there?
Every single one of them.
All the colors.
Jesus Christ!
Get an eyelash.
Thank you.
Make a wish.
so
Your
we,
dreams aren't real.
Fuck! It didn't work.
You wish
So-
for your hat.
So speaking of wishes that don't come true,
Right.
The Fandom was very disappointed this week, and well, I wouldn't say disappointed, but surprised by the lack of winter in.
Yep.
Yeah. I literally while we were watching it,
Mhm.
I literally said,
it has to be winter,
Yeah,
right?
Goose said the same thing.
And then they started like introducing her kind of, and I was like, I rescind my statement because that's definitely not her. Like if that and her talking about
It was Maria
her
talking about
Maria
like, how
talking
she
about how she
knew
like,
her and everything.
knew her and had,
I mean-
like they hated like they were enemies, and so I was like, that doesn't make any sense as a dynamic
I
at
feel
all.
Like, I feel like they're still trying to build on Maria, which I'm cool with.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
I'm super happy. Like
There's gonna
I'm
be,
okay with the scene. I just totally expected it to be winter. Like
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't.
I'm fine with it not being winter.
Yeah, same. Like
yeah, I'm fine with it. It was what
Yeah.
I was not what I was expecting.
with a sober-ish mind looking back. I mean, would Winter be a CO anyway? Like,
I don't know. I don't think she would want that kind of like.
She stays with.
Just
doesn't
stay
she
in one
stay
place.
with?
But she was called back to
what's
Atlas
his
anyway,
name?
so I thought that she
Didn't she stay with
retook
Ironwood?
control.
yeah, I
of
think
that.
so.
She's Ironwood's like right hand
Yeah.
man.
Right.
So she stays with Ironwood. Wherever Ironwood is, she probably is.
Right.
Does she actually do that? I thought that she.
Yeah, she was, and then Crow said, "I know Ironwood. Get him out here, yeah." So.
Oh, so
having
yeah,
a good
he's
winter
there.
Made sense.
Yeah, so he's there. So that doubly makes sense. I actually didn't put two and two together about her going where he goes, at all. I thought that she was like would be a like trusted person to like, hey, go do that thing like halfway across the world. Whereas Ironwood would stay
She doesn't seem like
Atlas-ish.
she doesn't seem like the type to want to like assume that kind of authority. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like have like a
Why do you
stable
say that?
place. I don't know. She doesn't strike me as the kind of.
I
I think
thought-
she's more of like a specialist or a.
I thought
like a
that they
lieutenant.
gave over control
Yeah,
of
like,
that
Before you
place
fight
to
the big
her.
boss,
Yeah.
you fight her.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought of it as I thought they called her back to take control of that place because of it, like in light of everything that had happened.
They just. It's been a minute since I watched Volume 5 and fucking Vernal drops that on Wise, but I'm pretty sure that she just says that when Wise is like, you know, my sister is Winter, and she's like, all of Ironwood's troops got called back. Not like
yeah.
specifically like Winter was like leading it or anything. Just all of his troops got called back to
Yeah, so
Atlas.
I might have thought about it like that as well.
Right.
Where it meant like she was in like a part of like imparted with soldiers and stuff and out doing something and then got everybody called back. So
So I'm going.
I'm sure she always has soldiers with her, but
I'm going to rescind my confidence that we'll probably make it to Atlas at the end of this volume. I hope that's probably the best I can hope for at this point, because now they're not getting out of Argus anytime soon.
you think?
Well, I mean, anytime soon is like in
Think we'll
next episode.
I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
Something bad's probably gonna happen,
Do you think we'll
and
end
now
in
Q
Argus?
Boy Oz is missing.
Do you think
Ooh,
we'll
something
end
bad
in
is gonna
Argus?
happen at the same time. It's gonna happen to Q Boy Oz.
Probably.
Then
I-
Crow's out getting drunk.
No, there's no way.
Hazel's
There's
looking
no
for
way
him,
that
too.
Ozpin would stay. It would have to be like an actual like
Oh, that's what's gonna get Oz back out.
yeah. See, I could see that, but there's no way that anything could really happen to
Oh yeah, no.
Oscar at this point.
Aren't-
Like
aren't-
as far as like getting mugged or getting kidnapped or anything like that, like fucking if Oz comes out and then
I
boom,
don't-
like
I don't-
Oz just wouldn't let him die at this point. I don't think. Like, he'll let him get hurt and probably
Right.
like, beat up a little.
Do you
but-
think?
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, he
do you
didn't
think
absolutely.
he's
really
really that
Yeah.
Yeah,
cynical
you
about
gonna
the entire
learn.
situation?
Probably
I mean, he didn't
he's
really
really
help whenever
old.
they were in the village.
Okay, honestly,
Didn't he
Brunswick
tell
Farms?
him? Didn't he tell him not? Well, I mean, well,
They let John
they-
push up on him.
right.
Yeah, and John punched
yeah,
him
but
in the
that's
wall.
not gonna be
It's fucking John.
John's
It's
not.
fucking-
Yeah, John's not Hazel.
whatever. But I mean, he didn't help in the village, but they weren't in danger in the village until the very last bit of them being there.
Oh, and he was out on his tire. You're right. He wasn't
Yeah.
there at the battle.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing, though. How far into his psyche has Oz
Right.
regressed or whatever? Like, he may not even be aware of what's going on. Like, he may be like so like off in a corner of
I
Oscar's.
wonder if he can do that. Or
See, yeah, we don't.
we don't
know.
know. So
But
I mean, Oscar did say he could just barely feel him.
right.
in
So,
my
like, he probably can't.
in my visualization of like how it works on the inside of his head,
I mean, mine's to me
I
are
don't think
millennium,
that he-
are millennium puzzles.
I don't think that he could
really ignore what was going on around him necessarily. Especially with him like ever constantly getting more and more in tune with his mind on accident, because the way that power works isn't decided by him. It's how the gods set it up.
That's another thing. Ozpin may be fucking disappearing along with Oscar into the fucking amorphous blob that is Ozma.
Which would be crazy.
But Oscar may be reaching a point possibly where Ozpin can't just jump out and save him, or just doesn't want to, or isn't paying attention because he's fucking back there crying because he had to fucking watch old home movies with his ex. And if Oscar gets...
Their memories are together now, so they're still there.
I mean, that could be a plot thread, though. If Oscar gets kidnapped...
I want to know more about how the...
Yeah, same. I'm just saying...
How the separation versus, like, them being one thing works.
Definitely the same. I'm just saying I won't be surprised, and calling it here first if it happens, if at the end of this volume, Oscar is kidnapped, and that's the cliffhanger that we go into season 7.
Man, I was wanting to say that before, like, because Hazel and them are on their way.
Mm-hmm.
Hazel and them are probably going to get him.
Do they know who he is now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
They
when
fought
did they
him.
figure that out?
They fought them.
At the Battle of Haven.
Hazel, like, went
And
nuts
then-
because he figured out that was Ozpin.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did go fucking crazy. Oh man,
That's awesome.
it was so great. Such
Like, ah!
And Cinder,
I was wondering what he did
Cinder
the
and
whole
Neo
time.
are probably on their way too.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Could you do that with anybody? Is it just because he just doesn't feel pain that he can do it?
Yeah.
Like, you could literally just, like, stab dust into somebody if you really just were in a pinch and fucking, like,
I feel
really
like
needed to
they'll-
get out of the situation.
That's a very
die,
that's a
though,
very
from
primitive
shock.
way of using dust, but it's fucking apparently painful as hell, which I would imagine it would be, having electricity and fire and like your blood weighed down by gravity and everything.
Ooh, but blood weighed down by gravity.
There's a lyric.
Does he do that?
I don't know if he uses gravity
wanna
dust, but
see
gravity
that.
dust is a thing.
Yeah.
So
I want to see that.
That'd be
now.
crazy.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome. Like,
His body's super dense.
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Fucking, like, well, I mean, I guess he would have to be super strong, but I'm wondering if he would, like, do a jump and then just,
Yeah,
like...
if he was like falling.
I mean, he could mix them too, like gravity and fire.
Mm-hmm.
See, my first thought was Salem was just gonna stab him in the back with the gravity dust, and he was just gonna sink to the bottom of an ocean.
That's how you kill a juggernaut.
Is it?
Apparently, it's one way to do it.
Well, yeah, he can't breathe underwater, so that would make
Right.
sense.
But it also has powers that he can't be stopped in his momentum.
He's just gonna
Oh.
keep going.
Oh.
So so the water doesn't actually... So he can't swim?
No, I think it's more so that like once he like starts going in the direction.
Yeah.
So you have to, like, throw him in that direction then, right?
If he doesn't have anything to push against, I don't think he can use the water.
Yeah.
Then he can't change his momentum in the water.
So, like, what happens if he hits, like, the seabed? Does he just keep going through it, or does he stop?
I don't know.
To the core of
Juggernaut's
the
powers
earth.
have always been like super weird. Like,
So man, that was fucking racist, right? With the fucking short chick and her little.
Oh, shit, yeah. my bad. Tangent. Wait, which part? What's the short
What?
chick?
Whenever she's like, well, I can let you win, talking to Weiss,
Oh,
but
yeah.
your friends
Oh
of
my
ill
God.
repute.
cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
But-
Faunus are.
And then
Like,
look
Talk shit about
quickly.
Faunus again.
But-
Oh, and the fucking
The ears.
Her
the fucking ears
ears.
dropping. I was just like,
I
oh,
love Blake
precious.
so much, but
Oh.
honestly, probably my favorite part of this episode, other than just cinematically some of the Ruby and Maria conversation, was Weiss fucking jumping in. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like,
That was
how?
Yang.
No, it was Weiss. It was
It
Weiss.
was wise.
Pretty sure that was Yang.
No, it was Weiss.
It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah.
ooh.
Pretty sure I'm not wrong, but okay.
Ooh. Now Yang did say something else
Right.
after
No,
that
Weiss
because it
like,
was
what the-
once
what's that?
once
What
Weiss
is
said
it that
that.
Yang?
Blake-
Oh no.
Yang
Yang
did say-
Because
said Yang.
she was talking to Weiss.
Yang was talking to Tweedledee and Tweedledum. She was like, "Can you guys not do that?"
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was it. Yeah.
You know, see, it wouldn't
Fucking, but-
be surprising coming from Yang. Maybe
Yeah,
like
right.
this point,
being
since
confrontational and
since
everything.
they're and in defensive of Blake, but the fact that Weiss did, fucking such a nice like progression and solidification of their like advancement of their relationship and everything. Yeah, definitely.
That whole thing, because they've always been the two that I don't really haven't hit that best friend mode a lot.
Right.
And especially because of the latent racism that she had at first, and like talking about the faunus in front of her and everything, like that has to be part of it. And then now seeing them kind of be like defensive of each other and like
her defend her on those grounds.
Yeah, especially that fucking it's really dope to see.
Anytime I see her being nice, all I think about is season 1 when she says, "I'm gonna be the best teammate you could ever have" to Yang, or not Yang, Ruby. God damn it.
Yeah.
And I like that she has a red scarf on now. She is like Team Ruby.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. But yeah, that scene of like the this is how I'm going to be nice, of like I'm not going to try to lead this group anymore. I've been told that I was wrong and know that I was wrong now, and like I need to see how this goes before I go judging other people's judgments of how our team should run. And then especially with her seeing Ruby do such a good job of leading them in a lot of points, and now really like taking a hold of it. Super awesome character development. Go Rooster Teeth.
Yeah,
Weiss has learned
holy
a lot.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Weiss has
For
been
sure.
through a lot.
Weiss by far has had the most development in the team. Like we've learned a lot about Blake.
Yang has had a lot to confront.
Yang's had a lot to confront, but she hasn't overcome it yet. And she's honestly approached it the wrong way in a lot of things. And I mean, Ruby's a shonen pro tag who really this season has been such a great, as a fan of Ruby first. This season has been fucking great for Ruby in developing her and actually showing why she's the leader. But I mean, honestly, I think that really showed a lot with Ranger though, and back in 4 and 5, like her having to step up with a team that wasn't hers. That she was friends with them, but not like wasn't like her team and
Showing that she's a competent leader in any situation. It's not just her teammates. Was pretty cool. Like, I mean, and they have, like, her teammates have a good synergy, and she's the best with them. But, I mean, obviously we haven't seen her with any other team other than Ranger. And
but after having that,
technically, it should be Junior.
no, it shouldn't.
Because John Ark's the leader.
No, it's not. Ruby's the leader.
No, wait,
And
what?
of Ranger, Ruby is the leader.
Okay, well, yeah.
Junior without Ruby.
Junior without Ruby because there's no P, and obviously Oscar's not going to be in that. So
Yeah.
that was that fan theory
There's
just went.
no P. What an awful way to say that, though. Ow. God.
P went up in flames.
Speak-
Damn it,
speak-
Thanos.
Speaking of Team Juniper ruining their chance to get to be Team Juniper again. I mean, I'm not gonna say that Jean's in the wrong or they overreacted, but maybe just extra reacted just a tiny bit.
To what?
Yeah.
To
It
Pierre being
almost
dead?
seemed like
No,
they were trying
no.
to foreshadow
To
something.
Oscar.
When he was just like, "You fucking kid!
Yeah.
He's in there. I know. Is that my daughter in there?"
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say overreacted at all.
I
But
wouldn't say it was a measured, like, mature reaction, but it's understandable from a
from the
human
aspect
He
of
still takes Pierre's death incredibly hard, so he
Yeah.
probably is blaming Oscar.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
But okay,
Blame
well,
Oz.
Ozpin,
okay,
but
I
because like I mean,
Ruby
Here's the-
saw it
would you
happen.
really
Here's the
be that
oh my
blinded in the
God.
sense of looking at a fucking little
Here's the-
kid?
here's
is
the
my
question
question
thing
there.
though. Here's the thing that gets me. You need to say something?
No, just everyone talking over each other.
Yeah.
It's
I got it.
Here's the thing that gets me about fucking the whole blaming Ozpin for Pyrrha's death. If Pyrrha had died in the vault, okay. If Pyrrha had gotten the maiden powers and died, sure. That's not what fucking happened though. That plan failed. Ozpin told them to leave
Right.
and to get out of the situation, and Pyrrha,
Turned
because she's a huntress and was doing her job, died. She died doing her fucking duty that she signed up for. It's amazing that she's honestly the only fucking casualty from that side that we know of. Obviously, I'm sure they're like some soldiers and stuff, but like of the students, like the only other option was cowardice.
Yeah.
Like that was the only other option for her. She knew the situation. You can't blame Oz because he made her aware of it or whatever. Like that doesn't work. Like it's not Ozpin's fault that Pyrrha died. There's no way to blame him for that whole situation. So I get why John would. Like there's an irrational connection to make there. Like you know,
orchestrated all these
you
events.
orchestrated all these events and
yeah.
blah 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 blah, and you put her into the situation, but then you told her to leave, and she chose to stay because that's her fucking job.
I think you have to look at it as if they're teenagers, which they are, and so he is going to be irrational with stuff like that. He's going to place blame where it might not
Well,
go.
a lot of them show a lot of
Was that-
emotional maturity, though.
Was
Yeah,
that
but
explained?
John-
John does.
But the thing
At times.
is,
In certain times, but I
Yeah.
mean, you're the only girl that you like really had like a love connection with, for, like seemingly the first time.
sorry about that. Had a little technical hiccup.
What a snafu.
Hopefully we don't miss too much of the conversation. I'm just going to jump right back into talking about Jean's little freak out on...
Oh, his hissy fit?
A little hissy fit on...
He's supposed to be the healer. It's weird to see him throwing people
He was being a
around.
heel instead of a healer. In this.
Got him.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm glad he at least got mad at Oscar over this and not what we had said was going to happen in previous shows where we thought he was going to be mad because Crow died.
I mean, I don't think that Jean would be the one to freak out like that.
But Ruby's the one to freak out
Probably
over
Yang.
Crow.
Yang.
Yang too, yeah.
Yang would
Both
freak
of them.
No,
I
That's
think
where
Ru-
we'll
I
see
think
their
Ruby
Ruby
team.
is
just
definitely
be
closer with Crow,
upset.
but I think
Yeah.
she'd be more so devastated that she might not be able to
Exactly.
lash out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that I can see.
I think Yang would be the one to have the knee-jerk
And
violent reaction.
I also think that Yang would be the one to have the knee-jerk reaction because of Ruby's reaction
Right.
to it, more than the actual event happening at all.
Mm-hmm. And her own reaction to it. Yeah, I would definitely be Ruby's being the catalyst of, which would be fun to see.
Oh god.
I mean, not over Crow, but to see Yang go full beast mode in defense of Ruby.
That would be cool.
That would be cool,
Yeah.
because if there's any more that Yang has to give, then it would be over something like that.
That would go into what we were talking about when the camera was going through its ordeal of Yang and Ruby finally have a team attack.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I was.
What if
Were you
Adam
about to
goes
say it?
after? What if
I
Adam
did.
goes after Ruby
When?
and
Right
Yang
now? I
has
mean,
to
in the-
defend her?
Yeah, but then it's not a team attack.
No, I'm saying that's where we'd get a
Oh,
fucking
that's where-
kick-ass moment.
Right.
Yeah, that would be fucking.
But would that
dope.
offer like Blake's little thing for Adam? Because didn't she want to get revenge on him as well?
Well, I feel like
Do you think Yang needs it more?
Blake's whole thing is like coming out from Adam's control of her.
Yeah, I think Blake and Adam, I mean, there probably should be an actual confrontation, but I think her story with Adam
Is-
reached
yeah.
its zenith last volume whenever she just disarmed him
Right.
without a concern. But
Yeah,
Yang still has a lot to fight in that.
I've always thought about it being, just to reference Team Tag, Bumblebee basically that takes out Yang, like that duo taking out, or that takes out Adam. I mean, that
I see
duo
that's a
taking out
segment
Adam.
too.
But as you say that, I'm like, maybe having Blake removed from that and her friends who have been fighting for her and fighting for her to trust them for so long, taking him out as well, and it also being a big thing for Ruby and Yang, that almost sounds a lot better than
I think it would
Blake having any kind of retribution, because I think it's not going to come across great for
I
her.
also think it would be good for Blake to see that Yang is concerned about Adam in a greater sense than just because of the weird dynamic between the three of them.
Right.
Like, it would be good for Blake to feel detached from the situation because she feels all that guilt from Yang losing her arm.
Yeah.
And think it would be cool to let it resolve itself through Yang, because it kind of has to.
Like, I hate him because he's also just a bad dude. It's not just this one sequence of events that happened.
And it doesn't have anything to do with your relationship to him.
And do
It's
we,
just that he's our
like,
enemy.
we're still, are we all over the thing of, like, Adam's probably gonna fucking die?
Oh yeah,
I hope
he's
so.
yeah. He's kind of, to me, he's overstayed
No
his
retribution, no rehabilitation of emotion or soul. Like,
No.
no,
He's fucked up too.
no,
Man,
be a
too
good
much.
guy at the end, deal with
He's
Salem
done
kind
too
of
much
thing.
mass murdering.
You
to be,
can't drop the redemption trope too many times, otherwise you become DBZ, where it's predictable that at the end of the story the main villain is going to, like,
The only one that
I
didn't was
think-
Cell, right?
yeah. I think that the only ones that really have any chance of redemption are Emerald, maybe Mercury. I don't really think so. I think Mercury, not because it's just a pure sociopath.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go wherever Emerald goes.
I think
if
so,
she
too, but-
does have a redemption path, he'll just go with her.
Or
Yeah,
he'll die in the process.
But I think
Yeah.
that probably. But if he does stay alive, I think Merc would stay even still more.
He might stay with Hazel.
Possibly, he'd stay more
Yeah,
chaotic.
he's Papa Hazel.
He'd stay more chaotic, lawful, anti-hero kind of.
Do you think
Yeah.
there will ever be a redemption for Hazel? That brings up.
Yeah.
I could see one for Hazel
Because
definitely.
he's a by all other means other than Osmond an honorable esque dude.
He's
Like,
a good
seems
guy.
to be his
Yeah.
personality, like that he
Yeah.
is like honorable and loyal to,
Mhm.
to
Right.
what he
He's
believes
willing
is
to take
morally
the
true.
fall for Emerald.
Yeah.
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 He's like, I got it. It's fine.
And Salem, because I can't see another way that we win this thing without redeeming Salem. Now that seems
Right.
to be the only possible
Right.
end game that we have to work with, because she can't be killed without understanding the meaning of life and death and learning her lesson that God's tried to teach her all those years ago.
Right.
I guess my weird thing is I always think of this kind of series in the way that I think of Avatar, The Last Airbender, where there's so much lore in the back and there's so much lore in the front that could happen just because of how much there is behind it.
Right.
That they could roll it into a either spin-off or complete, just like a continuation series of them actually being huntresses and hunter, like
They've
graduating and having done it and been
right.
yeah.
I think it was at an RTX, but in multiple occasions, and they've talked about like what happens after the Ruby show proper ends, because unlike RVB, there is a planned ending for this story. Like they are working towards something, but it still falls under the RT mantra, which is if we keep watching it, they'll keep making it. So they talked about like what they can do like with the property of Ruby in that universe after the show is done. Which honestly I'm as excited about as I am like seeing what they do with the show. Like all the different like prequels and future stories and
I would almost blend like
Ruby's kids.
right.
the thing that I was thinking was like an Osmond show.
Right.
Or
Anything.
like a Osmond.
Ozma.
Ozma.
Yeah.
Ozma show, where
The
every-
Ozma show.
every season is a different life,
Ooh,
kind of like a
yeah.
Doctor
Yeah.
esque thing,
Mm-hmm.
where he really like he comes into his own in like the first life being the one where he realizes that humanity, like he needs to act like connect with humanity and not like overtake the body the entire time.
What about an anthology type show where like each week, like you'll go back and forth between different incarnations and everything, like not like
Right.
maybe within their own universes being chronological,
Yeah,
but like the stories haven't chronologically, but like
but we're giving it
at
in
different random points and everything. Yeah,
like that.
that way if you get like
This is why they're acting like this, and that like the one that we're actually following is the last one, but going through and seeing how he deals with it.
like we may see an episode about Ozpin, and then the next week it may be fucking Austin from Starbucks or fucking the one after him that doesn't have a name, I don't think. Fucking Mustache Oz. I had a name for
We
him.
only
Oswald. And then a couple weeks later, we come back to Ozpin, and we're continuing Ozpin's story, kind of Clone Wars,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, something like that would be super dope. That way, you get attached to one of them, like one of them's super popular, and that season ends, and then it's just like because like, you know, say the first one or something, one that people recognize or something, you kind of hop all over the place. But that'd be fun. Stark would be a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
I hope they do that before the show ends, or at least like give us the meat of it and everything, like the important stuff. But that would be a really fun series to
Are we
get
still?
into.
Is everybody still of the assumption? Because I'm not of the assumption that all the daughters died.
No, they did.
Yeah, they did.
I don't think they did.
They did.
Like they're not gonna show dead children on the show when
They insinuated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
insinuated it with
Salem
a teddy bear.
killed all of her kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Straight up.
they wouldn't have shown that if they weren't meaning to invoke that the children died, and they would have shown something to indicate that one of them got away.
Yeah.
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 If
Because
it's
it's
going-
hang in the ether unless.
right, it's going to be just
It would be an excellent plot point later of like this happened and that's why there's other silver-eyed children.
But-
No, the
Well,
Silver Eyes is
assuming that the
because of
Silver
the
Eyes-
dragon. That's
yeah, I
the
understand
dragon.
that, but
But
what we've
It's the
discussed
descendants
before
of.
have been
Oz.
descendants
well,
of Oz.
that's the theory, and it's probably still true because just because the power came from the light, how is it hereditary and
Right.
everything? But Oz and Salem's kids, the ones with magic, didn't have silver eyes.
No.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, they didn't?
No.
no, it was
man, I
the one.
remember them having that. Never mind.
No, it was the
Okay.
ones. It was Austin's kids, the ones after that.
Right.
When he like goes through the cycle, is right after Jin says that over time Ozma learned to share his lives with his co-inhabitants or whatever, and it shows his family and
Yeah, had like 3 kids. 2
Yeah.
of them had the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
The eyes.
Was it only 2 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I remember it because it was a boy and a girl, and one of the twins because his Ozpin was a twin.
So what
Didn't have one.
what about it? Oh. Was so is it a recessive thing or like how does that
I guess so.
yeah. I mean,
or dominant and then it can be like a genetically recessive trait where you don't have it, I guess.
I mean, I'm assuming that since it was one of the twins that didn't have it, and like one of the older siblings did, it was just the egg didn't split in half. It was 2 separate eggs,
Mhm.
and just
Yeah.
one got.
So one got the. God, this show is crazy.
yeah, right.
So much stuff, so much awesome has
I'm-
gone into.
I'm
all of
such
this.
a lore fiend,
Yeah.
so I love this show.
Yeah.
because there's
You would
so
like The Witcher then. So that is dense.
I'd still love you to play D&D at some point. Damn it,
I've played D&D.
with me.
Oh, right.
Like,
That's
I
a
want
thing, I
to
guess.
play with you on that.
Make it
On
some-
D&D. On
someone make a campaign that I would like enjoy playing, and I would do it.
I can.
You have the ability to
I
do
have a
so,
campaign.
and I would fucking play it with.
Yeah.
I mean,
we could do that as a.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
As a what?
as a
podcast,
yeah,
Especially when we have multicam.
yeah.
Easily. It would
We could
take
make
it.
like a weird.
We should probably
folk
play a
intro.
few games beforehand to like.
We should do a small like
Yeah.
short campaign.
Dungeon crawl.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
a short little
Or
dungeon.
just pick a adventure path and just like run that.
We
Whatever.
should just do like a short like couple
put your own
couple
stank
months,
on that.
do a quick little dungeon crawl to kind of get a, and then do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be totally down with
so
that.
that we're all down with the rules and everything.
Down
So
the clown.
Pathfinder especially.
coming next spring to our Patreon, you can watch our D&D show, whatever it be called, whatever.
I got this.
Oh.
I'll make a title. I got it. Do we want funny?
Butter on a
Or do we
roll.
want like a
I mean, it's gonna be funny.
this Fandom nonsense, not off topic. Okay. What'd you guys think of Maria's fucking her semblance? Reflexes.
Preflexes.
Preflexes?
Preflexes.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I dig it.
Clink.
She didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't enunciate that. I only caught that on the second watching because when
Yeah,
I went,
same
when I
here.
went
I
home
hear that.
today,
So
I watched it again
Mhm.
and I caught her saying preflexes.
See, I saw people saying in the comments that she talking about preflexes, and then when I watched it again with you, I heard it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't catch it the first
Yeah,
time.
so when I watched it with you the first time, I totally didn't catch it at all. I thought she just said reflexes, but yeah, preflexes, and I was thinking, God, I said it to you, but Naruto.
Jason Naruto.
Jason Naruto.
The Sharingan, and you're gonna all hate me in the comments if I get this wrong. The Sharingan works in the way that it sees like seconds into the future on things that happen directly to the person, which is why Kakashi was famous for being able to finish people's jutsus even if they stopped doing them. So he could like copy people's jutsus while they were doing them because he saw things that were happening seconds before they were happening. So I'm wondering if she actually got into the thing where she was like doing other people's techniques and stuff to them.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
that's the kind of stuff that I would like to see out of that fight, like fight sequence in the past. And if she goes Yoda,
Oh, she's going.
I think she's going Yoda.
She's going.
we shouldn't have even seen Yoda do Yoda.
We should.
Like,
Okay, but
We have seen Yoda do Yoda, but we should see her do Yoda.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
cool.
Because
Alright.
Yoda is established as not a pacifist character, but someone whose powers are above combat and
Above a lightsaber
Right.
at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
him-
Like that never should have happened. But
Yeah.
I think Maria needs it, both for her own like character arc. There's no point introducing that personal conflict without resolution. And in this episode, the fact that it's not the fact that she has Silver Eyes, the fact she has a beast-ass semblance and she has very, very good training is
Yeah.
what kept her alive. So
And the fact that she doesn't have the silver eyes now is an
Right.
even better thing for showing
I think
showing off
it's-
how she could do.
right, exactly. I think it's that only reason to say that is to set up that she is going to come out of her shell and be a fucking badass little fucking old lady Yoda, and it's gonna be awesome. And then she's going to die.
She only gonna have
She's gotta die.
she'll only have one axe
That really
or
illustrates.
scythe.
Yeah,
It's gonna be weird.
that really illustrates how much of a gift / curse that Silver Eyes are.
Mm-hmm.
Because while it does give you a huge boon against the Grim,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you a target to
Yep.
everyone else, especially people who have aligned themselves with Salem.
Right.
Only people who run themselves.
Well, I think to
But
other people it might.
Maria didn't even know about Salem at that point. She just heard that somebody wanted her dead. Or
And-
wanted,
We've seen in the stories so far, like how far that can like trickle down. Like
Yeah.
Cinder obviously knew Salem and was in on that.
Right, but Torchwick
But
didn't.
exactly,
Mm.
Torchwick didn't. Adam probably didn't. He knew that Hazel had a master. We don't know when he found that out, when he got into that fold.
Right.
So
have we seen-
everything probably traces back. Anyone that's after the Silver Eyes probably traces back to Salem. That doesn't mean that they know that.
Right.
Like Crow said, like she does a very good job turning people against each other. Where when we are like placing blame, we can only place it on each other. I'm sorry, Colin. What were you
So
going to say?
So are you saying that everybody who knows about the Silver Eyes that isn't a part of the like immediate class of what we have as characters who know about it for a very specific reason? Like, are you saying that all trickled down from Salem, spreading it to the masses in some point?
No, I'm saying that at some point, anything concerning people who might be treasure hunters who happen to come across the knowledge of the relics, or people who hunt silver-eyed warriors, it goes back to Salem in some way. Like she removes herself from the situation as much as possible, and only the only people you can be for sure are aware of her are her 4 lieutenants and obviously Emerald and Mercury.
So we haven't seen anybody outside of the group of characters that are like the main people in this who should know about the Silver-Eyed
Right.
Warriors really know anything or really even say anything about the lore of Silver-Eyed Warriors at all.
Right. It's
So
Like-
is it a common knowledge thing? Like if
No,
somebody
I wouldn't.
in
I
the
wouldn't say so. Like,
world sees somebody with silver eyes,
because
well, obviously
didn't know
no,
what was
yeah.
up about it.
Right.
until
which I think
Oswald.
that was probably intentional.
Right. But also, she never just encountered it in
Summer.
her life.
Well, I mean,
Right.
her mom was probably the only person that would have been able to tell her about it, and she
Well, I mean, just the
did
fact
got
that
dead.
Who
Her
is your
dad-
grandpa?
her dad and her uncle were certainly aware
Oh
Right.
yeah, 100%.
and could have told her, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a magical gift that defeats Grimm.
Right.
She wasn't old
but-
enough to deal with that either way.
No.
That'd been something cool to learn at a young age.
They might think that Summer died because she has the silver
Oh,
eyes.
I'm absolutely. That
So
is-
then they might have wanted to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
That's why Ozpin might have not even known that she had silver
yeah,
eyes
I think that.
Well,
yeah.
Osmond pointed it out that she had silver eyes
in the first
time we met her.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
because
that-
he never knew before.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
known Ty,
Right.
Yeah.
Raven, and all
And
of
he
them.
and he knew,
All of them.
like, he pretty much knew who Ruby was.
Yeah,
Echo.
but he didn't know she had silver eyes. Fair point.
Was that an echo? I thought I was saying different names than you were.
Same team.
Yeah, well,
Entire team.
different names.
About
What else was
Just
there in
taking
there?
turns.
We talked about John's tantrums, the conversation with the preflexes. Was there
What do you
really
think-
much more
What do you guys
information?
What do you guys think's gonna happen next episode?
Uh,
Oscar's gone. Do you think we're gonna get Oscar in the next episode?
I honestly hope not,
Yeah.
unless they do an actual 22-minute episode, like a real.
This is the last episode for
So-
2 weeks.
Yep.
No.
Then we
What?
might get like a bit of a cliffhanger, but I think we're gonna get like more stuff on Silver Eyes, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we'll.
Maybe like a beeline with Hazel or Cinder or Neo.
Yeah, see, I feel like they're gonna end up coming into the episode like at the end of the episode, like walking into Argus, walking up on Oscar or something.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oscar.
I'd like.
do you think?
I'd
Well,
like to
okay. Well,
see-
with Neo, I would say that they're not. He's not gonna get away with Neo there. I think he can get away from.
Neo doesn't care
everybody
about
else.
Oscar. Neo doesn't even know Oscar.
Cinder
Yeah.
know who Oscar is at this
No,
point?
she doesn't know. She never saw that. She was already down there
That's
whenever.
what I thought.
Yeah.
So like they wouldn't care about who Oscar was.
Mm.
No, she did because she says Ozpin is here,
Yeah.
and that
Ah.
right before she goes down.
Yeah, because Hazel screams Ozpin. She goes, "He's here."
Right.
Yeah,
But he
she
doesn't
has to
know
have that
that it's
information.
Oscar though, does she?
I mean,
Well,
the one that wasn't at the fucking school that she fucking nuked, so she can probably assume.
And she's also
But I mean,
probably
just
been
randomly on
told
the
the
street.
story of Ozpin and how his power works and everything.
But I mean, like
Probably.
finding him on the street, is she gonna be like, "Oh, that's that
That's
kid"?
yeah. No, I,
She only saw him for a few
for
seconds.
the convenience of
She's
story
very-
writing, yes.
Right.
In
a
any
few
real
very
situation,
important seconds though, and and the time that she was using her semblance to a massive degree, which is probably
I was being
kind of
sarcastic,
stuck
Colin.
in her. Oh, you didn't seem like you were being.
would Hazel abandon his quest to get revenge against Ozpin if
Oh,
he
no.
realized that Ozma wasn't like an infinite, immortal being that would just get reincarnated forever?
like if he realized it
If he
wasn't like
couldn't-
Salem, it was like this. I understand that like he's in there somewhere, but this
Right.
kid didn't fucking kill your
Right,
sister or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or that, or
And he's-
just the fact that if he was to kill
It's futile.
Ozpin again, and she's just gonna get reincarnated.
Right.
So
Because you're just
what's
gonna-
the point? You just brought suffering to this kid.
No, he understands that. He's completely cool with that because he says, you know, you'll die over and over again. He's
Yeah.
completely cool with just killing
shit.
Ozma.
But he's
But
not immortal,
he
so
wants
why
to
did
be
he?
the one to kill
So
him.
he knows that he.
So he's just for the rest
It's
of
his life goal to kill Ozpin or Ozma over and over and over again.
Right. Until Hazel is dead, he's just gonna just fucking wait for
God
Oz
damn,
to pop back
that
up
is
and kill him again.
not an effective grieving strategy.
No,
Not
that
at
is
all.
called dedication.
he stopped on anger and was just like, I'm not doing any of the other stages.
I'm good with this. I like this.
Yeah.
See, like, part of me thinks that Hazel's gonna be like, "This is a little kid, the same, or if not younger than what my sister was, and I'm about to destroy him." Like,
Well,
I feel like he's gonna
but
have
he
some
already
sort
tried
of.
He
to
apologized to him and told him that it's not his fault, and he was
Yeah.
still about to do it.
Right.
Yeah, I do
He-
vaguely remember that episode.
Like he's
Oh my
he's
god, it's
very
Vicious.
good.
I'm not gonna
fight
say
scene.
hypocritical
Yeah.
in his like his conversation with Oscar. Like
He was like, "I'm sorry, I have to do this, but
Osmond,
it
yeah,
has to be done."
Osmond put my sister in danger because like not
So I'm going
not
to do
really,
the same thing to you.
Like
For
it's
legitimate reasons of
like,
trying to
it's-
fight the biggest evil in the world.
it's a
Yeah,
and
well,
it's a fluke, really.
yeah.
You know who else has a weird grievance that kind of felt like that this episode? John.
Yeah.
He blaming Pyrrha, or blaming Pyrrha
Blaming
on
Pyrrha.
him.
But did Oz fully fucking explain? Didn't get a chance really to fully fucking explain everything that happened in that moment
I
that
don't
he
think he gets
told
the
her
chance to explain a lot.
that he
of shit.
told her to
go away, and she came back on her own loyalty and her own, not pride, but I can't remember the word right now, her own, like, loyalty to the cause at that point of not wanting to let her
Dedication.
friends, well, it's dedication, but there's another word that I'm trying to think of, but he sent her
Spunk.
honor.
Yeah.
Yes. Honor is almost exactly like the connotation that I'm trying to put this in. Is like she came back on her own, like, I need to protect people and be a huntress because I'm not only a huntress but a warrior-esque
Yeah, and she's
huntress.
always felt like with her given semblance and how good she is, the success that she's had,
Yeah.
she probably felt like because she's had this success, she's one of the only people who might think that they can step up. If not her, who?
Yeah. So, like, has that been gotten to be explained to John
Yeah.
in any fucking way?
Oh,
I mean, Ruby didn't show up until she saw
he
Pierre
knows
die,
this.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Does he know
Yeah.
that he sent her away? That Oz said, please leave, like, go, and then she came
Wasn't he
back on her
there?
own?
wait.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because Jean was there
Yeah.
because
he
it
saw
was
her make
because
her
it was
choice.
John's goddamn fault. If John hadn't turned around to fucking look at Pyrrha, he would have seen Cinder coming in and shooting the arrow.
That would have never
shit.
happened.
That never would have happened.
happened.
So fucking projection.
But the thing is,
I mean,
like, John didn't
teenagers.
get told to go away.
They both did.
Didn't.
Yeah.
Ozpin was like, you're only get in the way. He
To
tells
both
them.
of them?
I'm pretty sure because
I thought he
I don't know
only-
when.
He wasn't saying like directly, Pyrrha, you need to leave, John. You can stay. I don't fucking care.
You don't even have a fucking semblance.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
I'll
He was
have
just
to
telling the students to run.
go back and watch that
Yeah.
episode again just to make sure. But
We
Jean
need to
was
go back and re-marathon.
Jean was there, and then because
And
He
then
was over. He was there.
because
And I
right
skipped
after
it.
that he asks Pyrrha, what was
Yeah.
that?
What was going on?
And then the fucking kiss, and she fucking sends him off, and we have the fucking callback to season 1, best fucking callback in the show, taking a joke and making it so emotional like that. But yeah, he was there.
Wait,
So
what?
Shoving him in one of those pods and shooting him
that's
off.
right, the rocket lockers.
Rockers.
Word.
Classic.
So yeah,
I wanted to make a mortar and then a word for locker. Can't think of any.
More
word
rocker.
That's also what I was gonna say.
for mortar something. Anyway, go ahead.
but I don't know if the camera cut off before that conversation, but yeah, you really can't blame Ozpin. It's understandable, like it's easy to have that reaction, but if Jean would actually think about it, he is as much to blame for Pierre's death as Oz is. Sorry.
It's
but
probably
he
why
is.
he's so mad.
That's true.
Because he knows that.
Yeah.
He knows that
That's
if
why
that
he's holding on.
if that hadn't been like a thing, then she
I
wouldn't.
really want that to be addressed in some
Also, that
way.
arrow's not metallic, so there's no way she could have sensed it coming in the first place.
Right. But
It's just how she is
yeah.
about blocking.
She's
things
dealing with a
right
lot anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
Either
she
way,
could have.
it's still not metallic, so like, there's no way that she
Her
could
whole
have
life
really...
just got shattered right before that moment.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
I'm just saying her semblance could not have helped her in that situation
Oh, yeah, no.
at all.
Man, we watched it last night, I think. Episode 7 of Volume 3, the flashback episode.
Yeah, when the glove does the thing.
Fucking love that fight. Amber's so fucking cool. I can't wait to see another fucking maiden go full ham like that. But every time, and it's the mark of a well done fight and story. Every time, I'm just hoping, like, you're so much better than them. You can beat them. It's like every time I'm hoping, I know it's not going to happen. I know, like, she's not going to win, but it's like, gets me every single time.
Well, my problem with that.
What? Whenever Cinder and Emerald and Mercury attack
The
Amber.
maiden.
Yeah, attack the maiden, the fall maiden.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But they were.
such a close call. Like, she almost gets away,
Right.
and it's like every time it's just like,
There's only one reason it was a close call in the first place, is because Salem prepared them
Yeah.
to be able to take out her specifically.
Mhm.
And the fact that it was a big surprise attack, the fact of how Emerald's semblance works,
Mhm.
and that worked for that little kick of dust.
Yeah.
Was like a thing that set her off, is saying that she had the proper training to deal with this kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely.
But like
Emerald?
Emerald?
She can like
illusions.
yeah.
So the fight that happened with like Hazel and Oz and everything, the big like
Oh, yeah, I
visualization
forgot
of
about that.
Salem coming
Yeah.
out, like that's her symbol.
She can do one person, two people gives her a headache, and a crowd on
She'll shut down.
yeah, basically like what happened in Volume 5.
So
What's Mercury's symbol?
Mercury's?
Yeah,
that's
what's it?
actually exactly.
I don't think we've ever
We
seen
don't-
it.
we don't know.
Kicking.
He is shonen guy who kicks stuff.
He's
He
taijutsu.
has those legs.
I mean,
But
he
no,
also
like that-
he also
that's a shonen
controls those like the little shots that he shoots out. He controls them in midair. What are those? And
His wiki technically doesn't have a semblance because I googled it looking for what happened to his legs, and I very clearly remember
His
it
dad
saying
cut 'em off.
unknown semblance.
or his dad broke him or messed him up real bad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they full mechanical?
Yeah, he can
up
like,
to the knee.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
he has really bad scar tissue.
Yeah, we when we watched the season 3 thing, like it goes through, it's all the flashbacks of how Senator met Mercury and met Emerald and like went through all that, and when he like killed his dad, he, excuse me, dog pooted,
Putricide.
sorry,
I heard it. He just went.
Dog's got a loose butthole.
He's got
You shut your mouth.
He's laying there, house burning in the back, and his legs are all kind of fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to have already had, like, kicking had to have already been his thing if he's gonna fight his dad.
His dad was probably also a kicker.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
He's yeah.
No.
He got tore the fuck up. I would like more lore on that. That would be crazy. I think they need to come out with a compendium.
Oh, absolutely.
If they're not going to put it in the animation, then I think they should come out with a compendium of the characters and like really their like
that'd be
full
cool.
backstory.
That would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like they do for like Marvel and DC.
Mhm.
Star
Yeah.
Wars
And shit.
Yeah.
I think it was Carrie on the Volume 3 commentary on that scene talked about how I'm not gonna get into it, but Mercury has one of the darkest backstories, probably the darkest backstory in the show.
The
So
only
they're-
backstory you've had
My
for him
father.
is I killed my dad, who's
Right.
an assassin. Like
and if it gets
you're already darker than like 99% of the characters. At the
right, and it's only gonna get worse from there probably.
Probably.
They could make you a super psychopath. I can
But
see that.
next,
Yeah. Look at Christopher Nolan Joker. My father was a drinker.
But he found
And a
his Pixie Magic Dream Girl,
Joker?
Emerald.
we had a
Yeah, Joker's is Batman.
we had some tasty jams today that you will be able to see soon in an all new episode of Life on the Bone Farm. So unfortunately, Aaron and I missed not the first word. This is the first word. Missed Ruby Rewind.
Death Battle.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're getting to that.
We'll get into that.
So I'm going in blind. I haven't seen the preview for next week. So
What's next week?
for Ruby, for what's going to
Oh,
happen.
yeah.
So any
I thought you were
predictions?
talking about Death Battle still.
No. Like I said, we haven't gotten there yet.
I haven't seen the preview yet as well.
I don't think
didn't
anybody
even think
has.
to watch it.
What episode are we on? 10? 9?
Nang.
Man, I
Do
really
you want to stop and watch?
I really think that it's gonna be.
No, I'd rather like
Yeah.
get everyone's genuine like predictions.
I really think it like maybe.
Balls deep.
I want to say that it's either at the end of the episode or at the beginning of the episode, or somewhere around it. Oscar's gonna run into Hazel.
I think so.
Or so
too.
one
I
of
think end. I think we're gonna look for Oscar throughout. I'd like to see like I'd like to see a small like Silver Eyes like training moment, like come across the Grim and Maria be like, well, now's your chance.
She already elaborated that you couldn't just like
Well,
you
she
have
said-
to put yourself into a mindset. I think that I don't
She
think
said
it will
any
be
training would
in
be trial
action.
by fire.
Right.
Any actual training will be trial by fire, but actually being able to put yourself in the mindset is another kind of training
Right.
altogether. So I think that if we see any kind of training on that, it will only be her and God, why do I always forget her name?
Ruby.
Maria?
No, Ruby and
Maria?
Maria sitting there and like telling her how she put her mind into that exact mode all the
Maybe
time and like
that
being able to
doesn't
bring it out in danger.
That already seemed to come across pretty clear in her description. And I think Ruby is pretty in touch with that emotion already. I
Right.
think it was just understanding that was what unlocked her Silver Eyes power, was what that whole conversation was about.
Right. It's not hard for Ruby to get into the mindset of I love my friends.
Yeah.
She's
That's
a
what she's
shonen
all about.
protag.
Right.
That's like
And all
Overseer.
all that Maria had to do was touch her head and go, "Hey, this
Yeah.
is what you need to think about." And all of a sudden,
Right.
I hope
and,
we get her fighting some big grim or some shit.
And I don't. And my main thing is just
Maria?
thinking.
No, Ruby and Maria. To
Oh.
train her Silver Eyes.
My main thing is we've had that conversation, so we don't need to have that again without
Right.
some kind of visual aid for it. That just kind of sounds boring, honestly. To just talk more about it and like for Ruby to just sit there and meditate or whatever and like think about like that's kind of that's right. That's kind of off. That's kind of off camera kind of shit.
it would be very flashbacky.
Yeah.
If
I think like if we did go that route, when Ruby would go into a battle to do it, she might get nervous about it, and that'd be something interesting to see because normally she just dives headfirst into battle, and like her actually being hesitant to do this.
Yeah, we haven't really seen an untrained Ruby in this situation. You know, because she already knew how to fight by
Right.
the time the show starts. So this is like the first new territory other than like leadership that we've seen her.
Yeah.
I think it would be kind of shitty to do, but also it might be like some cool things that we could see out of that. But if they did what I'm thinking with the strengthen your emotional thing for your teammates and like your friends and whatever, and then going back and showing flashbacks of things that we didn't see in the in-between scenes of past episodes, and like things that happen between them that we didn't get to see.
Right.
Would be kind of cool.
That would
of
be
her
cool.
like trying to strengthen in her mind the like connection between her and her teammates and her
Going
and her
back
friends.
to the school and getting some stuff we didn't see.
I
That'd be
think that might only work if we have a longer episode.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that this is going to be 2 weeks off.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying I wanted like a 22, 23 like actual like
Real
anime
way.
episode
Yeah.
instead of the I was super fucking pissed when they started doing like the 14, 15 fucking minute episodes, and I was like, no, I want 22 to 23 minutes every week. Like, with every other anime.
I just want them
Rooster
to,
Teeth, I love you, but goddamn it, why? Like 7 minutes is not hard to add on to it. It is. It really is.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
But from a
as-
viewer's standpoint,
As long as they
7
have
minutes.
the idea they're trying to get across by the time the episode ends.
Right.
As long as they feel like we've resolved something and something new has been brought to our attention, then I feel like they've succeeded.
Don't
But-
make something a cliffhanger just because you didn't want to do one extra scene.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. But I feel like at the same point, if you're going to make, Ruby, a lot of times just cut it into half and half kind of bullshit when it goes into those 14-minute episodes. It's still 7 minutes of one thing, 7 minutes of another thing. Why couldn't you put in 7 minutes of fucking like Salem bullshit?
Right.
Or like whatever. And I understand that it's hard to animate and like all of that, but you're also working with the company that like regularly does this, so why wouldn't it be just the regular 22-minute anime trope of that?
Well, I mean, they're not making it for TV, so they don't have to do that.
I know they don't
I'm
have
assuming
to.
it's
They
for the
can-
flow because most times when the episodes are really short and they're split like 7 and 7, if they would have added another Salem thing on there, that would have messed up this whole other episode that comes next.
It would
Right.
have revealed too much.
And
I get that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you.
and some
The only one that
episodes
said anything that has made sense to me on that one.
some episodes are pretty light, and you can get everything you need out of that episode in 15 minutes. And some episodes are fucking Herbie fully loaded and need like longer than a traditional anime. But I think the fact you don't
What
have
was that reference?
Herbie fully loaded.
What was that about?
What do you mean?
I have no idea.
it's fucking fucking
Fully
packed
loaded.
tight. Yeah.
It's a flying car. It's a
Fully
talking car, whatever.
Okay, I thought you were talking about
It's a
like,
living car.
that made sense for the 22 minute. Never mind. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
I was just saying like, the internet. You have that. I mean, pretty much anyone does that. Like, Bravest Warrior is not as much as Ruby, but definitely fucking fluctuates in its fucking runtime. Any kind of
but it's
web series does, because you're not
not
stuck.
so much.
I love that show. You're not stuck into those time restraints. So each volume, Ruby is getting a little bit longer, and the episodes in particular are on average getting longer. But it ever reaching a point where it's a 22-minute average, I don't think so. Like Rooster Teeth has those shows that are packaged basically just waiting on a TV network to come and pick them up. But I don't really think that Ruby is one of those.
I think with Miles and Carrie being the people that they are, that they would or at least that was my thinking before now when I'm seeing it happen over and over again. I thought that they would have a thing of, it needs to be that, like, anime trope 22-minute episode to have, like, full clarity of everything going on, and also, like, have, like, a good episode to be weekly.
I think at some point,
Because 15 minutes or 14 minutes for a week of fucking waiting is, like, kind of a cock tease.
I think
at a certain point.
I think at some point we'll see average of 20-minute episodes, but there will also be ones where not much happens and they're only 14-15 minutes because they need those resources to power the ones that are going to be like 30 minutes long or longer.
That's fair.
Yeah, because like with these, all of the short ones have been adding up to the really long episodes that we have. Like the Jin one, I think that was maybe like 11 minutes, but then the next episode after that, where we did the full flashback, that was pushing like almost 40.
The full flashback
I
was 26.
I guess
it?
I only noticed the fact that ones are short, and then I don't notice the long ones because I'm sitting there so enthralled in it that I don't
Right.
realize that it's so long. So yeah, I'm probably thinking about it very objectively subjectively from my point.
And I think to me it's more pure because it just feels like, okay, we've got this full thing we got to get to within this season, and so break that down by 14, 15 episodes, and these are the points we have to reach in the first episode, whether that takes 15 minutes or 25 minutes. This is the story that the first episode is going to tell, as opposed to we have to fill 22 minutes, whether that's pushing the envelope or stuffing it. We have to fill this amount of time.
Speaking about
It's more
That's
organic.
why a lot of anime has a lot of filler, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
That
there's
and
time
mangas.
constraints.
is there anything else in this episode that is really worth talking about?
No, but you know what is worth talking about?
Speaking of stuffing stuff into an episode, god damn death battle.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit, Aaron.
Okay, so we've watched it. We've all watched it.
Aaron,
Oh yeah, I called it.
what was
Mile
the
away.
You did.
what was
I knew.
well it was obvious once they introduced everything in the episode to me, but I don't really know comic books, but that the scene that gave you tingles, please. Fucking
Are you talking about when he fucking headbutt him? Or when he headbutt Thanos' fist?
Yeah.
Just straight, that's the first thing that you see in it, and it's just automatically, you're like, ooh.
it's gonna be a good
Kept
one.
his hands behind his back and just went, whap! Just like, let's do this.
That
Let's...
planet throwing SmackDown is just...
Yeah, dude, that's, oh my god.
He just like...
I
cracks him in the head with a blanket.
I never knew how bad I needed that, but I need that in more things now.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I did not think they would be able to scale their powers and make it look cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they really fucking pulled it off.
Yeah.
Also, the way they got the fucking Omega Beams right.
Oh, the Omega Beam was perfect.
Oh, man.
Especially
And-
at the end.
Also, seeing Darkseid climb out of like that hole
Oh.
in Infinity. Like,
Yeah.
That was just so fucking Darkseid. That
And the
looked,
punch.
I looked like Jack Kirby drew
The
that shit.
fucking punch to punch.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah, no, they destroyed an entire universe and then Big Banged it back with a fists. That's the most epic fist bump ever.
Like, holy shit, I want you to be friends now.
Thanos is trying
Restart
to...
my life, please.
I don't feel so good. Thanos the
Mhm.
whole time.
Yeah, I like the end whenever he's like up at the wall, but he's just like,
Yeah.
what the shit, dude?
Yeah.
You broke it? Is there? How do I turn it back off and on again?
My
Not
only
sapping right? Do I have to use another
my only weird thing with that is if that's comic book Thanos, doesn't he know that it doesn't work outside of his own universe?
No, because he can't. He can't
Because
do that kind of.
Does he go to other universes?
No.
Reed have the
They
have
know.
the information of
Yeah.
that.
But
They-
they're.
I don't think they're friends with
consortium of
Thanos.
people. No,
I mean,
they.
they're not friends with him, but
It showed like
there's a
at
lot
least
of-
2 of the Reeds died to figure that
one
out.
of
So
those
I
is
don't know.
knowledge or something, right?
Mind,
Mind.
but
So
it's
they-
That's not really.
so
right.
they-
It's not. It's more.
It's not knowledge. It's more like
Telepathy,
perception.
yeah.
Oh, so it's not like I know everything omnipotently.
No, it's like.
That's my thing. Is like, is that I know everything omnipotently? So shouldn't
I
he?
think it's like an
I'm
intelligence
pointing at the wrong
thing,
finger,
but
but-
it doesn't necessarily give you knowledge.
Okay, cool.
It's like intelligence and perception. It's like you're able to like see
Premonition,
people's
kinda,
minds
yeah.
and have control over them to some
Okay.
degree.
So it isn't an omnipotent, all-knowing thing.
Omniscient.
Is it Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it would be omniscient. All-knowing
Darkseid
thing.
is omnipotent.
Yeah. And that
Good
is
God.
why he fucking won. As soon as they explained that couldn't be used outside of the universe, that the Infinity Gauntlet couldn't be used outside of the universe, and as soon as they explained, I didn't know what Fourth World was at all.
Yeah.
And after I watched that, I watched another thing on Fourth World, and that's insane. Like all
Darkseid's-
the stuff that goes in.
Well, the
with that.
fact that the dark side we're familiar with is just an avatar.
Yeah.
The fact that he doesn't actually exist in that form.
Because he
I
can't.
had no
because
idea
he would
about
blow
that.
up a universe just
Right.
because he would be in that universe.
I would have not argued that on the last Fandom
Yeah.
Nonsense if,
Like,
if
honestly,
I had known that.
It's
I had no
like
idea.
obviously the hype of it and everything makes sense of fucking Thanos versus Darkseid.
Yeah.
But of actual power, it probably should have been one of the fucking Eternals or Celestials or whatever, like one of the
Right.
actual gods of the MCU
Right.
going up against him
Yeah.
for it
Yeah.
to be anything of a fair fight.
Like Eternity, or is Eternity DC?
No, it should have been.
Probably both.
There are some like god tier characters in Marvel that would
It
have been.
it should have been Kurt Russell's ego.
Yeah.
As long as it's not one of all. Was it one of all? The like one above all. Sorry, one above all. As long as it's not one above all, I think that would have been an actual good fight if it was like one of those real like entity characters. But
How'd you guys like Deadpool popping up? And the Nomad.
he had to. He had
Yeah.
to. And Nomad was great. No,
Yeah,
that was a
Where
great
was
plug.
Nomad?
Nomad came up on the screen and he clapped
that's right.
Boomstick's beer into life.
He can. It was when they were talking about the fact that he could also bring life to inanimate objects, as well as being a
Boomstick.
necromancer.
He's whizzing on Boomstick.
Yeah.
I
So-
slipped out of the room at that point.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
I think Ryan Reynolds owns that character.
Yeah, honestly, the voice sounded really wrong.
The voice
Yeah.
sounded really
If it's
wrong.
not if it's not Ryan Reynolds, it just doesn't sound right.
The characterization was like just a little bit off, like Uncanny Valley fucking Deadpool.
That's
It
the
was
same
close
Deadpool
enough to where I
they've
wasn't
used for
like
every
offended.
death battle, though.
It is.
I mean, he did only say like 2 lines.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
it was close enough.
It's
yeah.
still the same death battle. It's the same death battle Deadpool that they've had the entire time that they've had anything with death battle
right.
But
attached to it.
how long has it been since they've done one with
They
Deadpool?
Two
do one
seasons?
They do one every year.
No, he wasn't in it last year.
No,
was-
other than last season, they have done one every season. So they've done one. They did one in the first season.
Because I haven't
That'd be
watched
2
one of the-
years.
I haven't watched one of the Deadpool ones in a minute. I can't think of any of them that I've watched. but
The
I'm sure I
last one
have.
was the season before last. It was Deadpool versus one of the My Little Ponies.
Okay, I don't think I've watched.
Raven went up against one of My Little Ponies too. Raven from Teen Titans.
And Raven won.
Barely.
Yeah, barely, but
That.
that.
They're fucking. They do not mess around. They're like Care Bears on steroids.
Yeah.
But this
I'm an Applejack.
Also,
That's
it's a
my
good
jam.
show, by the way. Anyway, go.
this portrayal of Deadpool in this episode felt like it was trying too hard to be the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. Like it was trying too hard to be the Deadpool that everybody knows and didn't really. And maybe Screw Attack's Deadpool just isn't that fucking good. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the other
Deadpool
one.
versus Deathstroke. That's what you need to watch.
Where I'm pretty sure I've watched that one.
You have.
Yeah.
I know it.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just
It makes sense for the whole Thanos.
It's
death,
just-
yeah. It's just
love triangle thing.
it just feels a little bit
It's just
off.
now that we've seen Ryan Reynolds do it, it's just like, God,
Right.
he was born for that goddamn role.
Yeah,
Like,
just like Green
fucking
Lantern.
shit. There's no.
I saw the Death Star out of the corner of my eye.
If he was gonna be any Green Lantern, he should
There's
have
only one
got
man
there,
that was
yeah.
meant to be Green Lantern, and his name is
Matt Hullum.
Yeah.
No, Nathan Fillion.
He doesn't work at Rooster
Say
Teeth.
what?
No, I don't see it.
Why?
That's Hal Jordan.
Yeah,
kind
because
of.
he looks it, and he's also like the most out of all the animated Green Lanterns they've ever done. He's been the most billed to do it ever. He's got the voice for it. It's just perfect.
He's got the voice for it.
And he's got the face. Like whenever he was younger, yeah.
Okay.
Out.
Captain Hammer's here, hair blowing in the breeze.
Did you guys see the War on Christmas Holiday Spectacular?
They did a live sketch show,
Mhm.
kind of live sketch show,
No.
not really
I
that live sketch show.
Was it the
saw.
$1 Million Butt one?
Nope.
No.
No, okay.
I saw Instagram highlights.
Most of it was live. There were a few
Yeah.
pre-taped RT shorts in there.
I just saw highlights of it, and a lot of the stuff they were doing seemed really cool. But I definitely did not watch the live stream because I was doing other things.
Our internet was down while the live stream was going on, so I don't.
Talk to me when that stuff happens, because you could just come to my house.
It was a live stream of a 30-minute show. I would have gotten to your house, and I would have had like 5 minutes to watch it.
It was only 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh. Never
But-
mind, we can go watch that. And
Oh, I
talk
mean-
about it on the next one.
Oh, I mean, we watched it. It was pretty good.
It's
Like
alright.
I don't think that I'm not a big fan of those kinds of things. I think that comedy does better when you have multiple takes and everything, and people always act weird in live.
I think it goes back and forth, and it depends.
Yeah, definitely. Like there's some like SNL. There's some golden moments, and there's a lot of things like, am I laughing because it's funny,
I mean,
or
on the-
because someone cued the audience to laugh? You know.
I mean, on the spot. On the spot.
Yeah, but that's not a performance though.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, it's not scripted performance. Okay. I was about to say, that's definitely a performance.
Like that's not like
Yeah, the cop bit wasn't that all that. It was okay.
it wasn't the best.
It
cop
was
bit.
more of a woo for the fact that the cops were there. That,
Right.
that they were reprising that role again.
Right.
It was more the hype of it. And from what I saw out of that, it wasn't anywhere near as funny as like they're like the skits. Yeah, brother, the kid of it.
I mean, honestly, the funniest bit to me was probably the Not Wonderful Life Christmas Carol parody, which was a pre-tape.
What with Blaine? Oh, never mind.
No, the one with Gus and
Oh, that thing.
fucking
Yeah, that
Ghost-
thing's been out
right,
for a while.
exactly.
I hated the fact that they put that in there.
Yeah, that should have been
They should have just saved
kept
it.
to its own. Yeah, because that was already.
I really liked Blaine coming in as one of the shepherds.
Oh yeah, Shepard Wiseman.
Oh, hey, Broseph, want a beer? It's Joseph.
Whatever.
But yeah, I didn't see all of it.
Out of calling Joseph bros. That's the best. Sorry, man. There's no room in the inn, bros.
Oh, the reason why there was no room in the inn is because Shepard Wiseman and his friends booked all the rooms for a big party, census party.
Oh my god.
Do you guys not know anyone named Joseph?
Yeah, but Joseph from the Bible.
Yeah.
I know, but do you guys know anyone named Joseph?
Not from the
Yeah.
Bible.
Yeah.
Have you ever called them Broseph?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Love other names, but
You
no.
have? You have called a Joseph Broseph?
Yes.
Like,
How'd they react?
I mean,
Like a brosif.
I'm sure I did it
Abrasively.
ironically. I'm not sure.
and I'm also sure that he's probably got that a million times.
Exactly. That's why you do it. Just to, you know.
It's like walking in Jimmy John's and going,
Mighty
and
fine.
then leaving.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They have a sign outside that says free smells.
Oh.
Welcome to James Jonathan's.
But I mean, certainly better than
That'd be great.
certainly
No,
better than your
we need that.
average modern episode of SNL, but not the best thing that Rooster Teeth has done. But again, I think anybody reading from cue cards is working against themselves. So
I'm sorry. On the on the congregation and like the church thing that we were talking about.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I was aware of James Jonathan's the other day. Yes. Sorry.
and that's the first word, and we'll be right back.
You want some dice, bro? You want some dice? You want some seven? Check this shit out. You out, dude. You're out, man. First hand. I'll be taking these.
What were we talking about? Oh,
We
that
were
was the
talking-
first
It
word.
also being
No, the first word is.
first word's
No,
over.
that
First word's
was
done.
the.
Let it
that
go.
was the
Yeah,
first word.
Jesus, Colin. It's
Damn it.
let it.
I have so much fun talking about it.
Let it be. Let it be.
I ain't got the money for that.
Let it be.
All right, and we're back with no copyright infringement. What? With Aquaman breaking pre-sale records and eyeing a possible $65 million U.S. debut, director James Wan looks to be doing pretty well for his superhero movie debut. But did you know that this wasn't the first superhero movie the filmmaker wanted to get his hands on?
It was number one.
Who wants to take a quick little gander?
Was it DC? Can we get that? It was a DC or
Can we
Marvel?
do 20 questions on it?
Can
I don't know if I know enough about the property to do 20 questions on it.
Yeah, well,
Okay, but
No,
was it DC or
yeah,
Marvel?
was it DC or Marvel?
I know it wasn't DC. It was Marvel, right? Let me double check this. I don't want to lie to you guys.
Who's your favorite DC hero?
Favorite DC hero? Ooh, shit. Let me think.
While we're waiting here.
Probably Wildcat.
Wildcat? That's a neat choice.
I like him.
Wasn't Wildcat the guy that trained Black Canary?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I'm basic. Flash.
Marvel.
Wally West.
Red Tornado is really high up there for me.
Wally West, definitely.
Oh yeah, Wally West is awesome. That little ginger. High fives all around.
Maybe Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate's not a bad choice because he's a helmet.
As villain.
We watched Doctor
Mr.
Fate versus
Mixoplex.
Doctor Strange today
You
as
what?
well. The Doctor Fate and Doctor Strange death battle.
Oh, yeah, that one's really good, too.
Okay, yeah, it's Marvel.
I don't
It's
remember.
definitely Marvel.
I know I've seen it before. I don't remember how it goes.
Doctor Fate
They
wins.
talk about it a lot. We don't
That makes sense.
We don't do many reality bending death battles because
It's hard to quantify.
Yeah.
it's hard to quantify. And you said it on the last podcast. It's turning things into bubbles gets boring after a certain point.
I mean, you could still do a lot of cool stuff with reality bending. They just didn't have a lot of imagination for it, apparently.
I mean,
Or
you do,
Thanos just really likes bubbles.
You do different reality benders over and over again, and it just becomes kind of the same fight every time, except for
It is
There's
a
different ways to bend reality. It's reality.
You can make it anything, but it still ends up the same way.
It is a Marvel property.
Cool. Marvel property.
It's like a boat.
You're trying to steer us back on track.
Yeah.
Um,
Power steering's out.
yeah.
It is Marvel.
It's Marvel, and that's the only thing I'm going to give you.
Damn it.
Hulk.
No, why would he be?
Yeah, why would I? You have to consider that too. I wasn't sure if it would be Marvel or DC. I knew it wasn't DC, but I wasn't sure it'd be
So
Marvel
it's
or a fucking.
pseudo-obscure.
James Wan is typically what he's most known for. Things like The
Howard the Duck.
Conjuring. No, it's something
I
darker.
know. I know the fucking best fucking Marvel property.
Okay, damn it.
It's it's got to be something darker because like he's before this he's a horror director by nature.
Punisher.
Nope.
No.
God, I wish I knew more Marvel people. It's got to be someone like a mean weenie.
No. I was gonna say Spectre.
That's DC.
Okay, I'll give you. Everybody take one, and I won't say. Then I'll let you know if anybody gets it. Instead of just
I don't know enough obscure Marvel properties to be able
Was it
to
an
make
X-Men?
me kind of
no.
say on that.
And it's not.
Has he already
that
been
obscure.
made?
Yes, I will give you that.
He's already been made?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Is that tilted?
Yes.
Should we fix that?
It's
Probably.
It's fine. No one's gonna make it at this point in the podcast anyway.
That's not good thinking.
Self-deprecation.
If you
Feel
do,
bad,
welcome
Colin.
to the Crooked Cam. Calling a CC, because, god damn it, my brain always...
I'm gonna have my head like this the whole time.
It's a
Just right
problem,
here.
dude.
Just right here. So that it's.
I just forgot the word for it. I use it all the time, and I just forgot the word for it.
Do you see?
Acronym?
There we go. Thank you. Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
What?
We appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome.
Not
Jesus, actually.
it's not Dr. Fate.
Colin? No, that wasn't your choice. Okay.
Marvel character. Obscure, but not really.
There's already a movie of this character.
There's already a movie of it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's not Dare. No.
Was it
No.
Deadpool? Was it Deadpool?
I'm not saying until you all fucking
I'm gonna
pick
go with
something.
Deadpool.
You're going
I'm
with
gonna
Deadpool?
go with Deadpool. I'm gonna go with Deadpool.
He would know that.
I'd probably know that, but that's
Oh
Colin's
shit!
choice.
God damn it!
Without googling Marvel characters, I can't give you shit.
Yeah. I got nothing.
Like-
oh my god! Wait, you didn't read comics?
No, I'm much.
Woo! I have another person who hasn't read comics.
I mean, if it's not fucking the Amazing Spider-Man run, then I probably haven't read it.
There's already a
But you have more
there's already
knowledge
a
on
movie.
it than I do,
There.
typically.
Are they an Avenger? Or is that too on the nose?
Oh.
I mean,
Like
everybody's
all of
an
them?
Avenger at some
Yeah.
point.
Aren't
I'm
they
an
like
Avenger.
All Avengers at some point?
But of your typical Avengers team up, no, I would not imagine seeing them on the general roster.
I just want to hear who
Them?
it is.
Him or her.
Okay.
Electra.
No.
Hmm.
Is it Daredevil?
I would like to see an actual good Electra movie.
Okay,
He knows it. Daredevil's.
I
What?
know Daredevil and Elektra
Damn
and
it.
what was the other one? And
Deadpool.
obviously Deadpool and the Punisher are all Marvel
Okay.
properties.
So we don't know what you don't know. So
But
Well,
that-
obviously
kinda
those
fucked,
are
too.
those are obvious. Like
Right.
those kind of flash themselves. One that you might think, is that Marvel or is that Dark Horse or Image? Because of,
Spawn?
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of.
which is actually
Right.
Image, right?
Image,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blade.
Blade!
That's
Damn it!
Woo!
No, that's obvious to
Didn't
me.
even think
Because
of
I
it.
played fucking Ultimate Alliance and he was on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
I
played
knew.
Ultimate Alliance as
Man.
well. I didn't even think of.
And I
Blade
knew
as
it
a-
was Marvel because he's technically the first like Marvel movie was
Yeah.
Blade.
Like I know that that's a Marvel
but it
property,
Right.
but it wasn't something that was resounding in
Yeah.
my head.
but it vibes so much like a Dark Horse thing that without the context of connecting it, yeah,
That's pretty
especially
good.
though those
So-
fucking.
I
So
feel
they
like he
wanted-
could make a good Blade movie.
a
they
cou-
wanted to
Ooh, Blade 1 and
do
2.
Blade.
No, I didn't say that those are bad.
Oh, okay.
a couple of years back.
Trinity wasn't.
I think it was
Triple
right
H
after,
was meh.
That's fair.
a couple of years back. I think it was right after Conjuring 1 that I went into a particular studio and told them, "Hey, I'm a big fan of Blade. Would you guys be interested in rebooting Blade?" So that was one. Obviously, nothing came out of that, but that was my first intro into looking at potential comic book properties. Juan explained.
That'd be cool.
An accomplished horror director, Juan seems like a perfect fit to tell a story of the eponymous Blade, a half-human, half-vampire, spends his nights killing off vampires. And he might have had a great approach for a reboot, but he doesn't remember what it was. Quote, "It was just fun to talk about. I didn't have a full presentation. I did have an idea, but I can't quite remember what it was. That's how far back it was and what I've done a lot since then, so I can't remember what I had thought of, but I did like it at the time." I mean, I haven't seen Aquaman to know.
Oh, I want to watch it.
It looks like it's going to be at least a fun
We didn't play the clip on the last one because I'm a dummy. But there was a thing that I said in the first goddamn podcast that I was on where there was going to be a lot of comedy when we didn't think there was going to be. Everybody at the table was like, no, he's a dark director.
I don't remember us saying that.
No, I still don't either.
You were the only one who agreed with me. Everybody else was like, oh no, it's dark director, we're not going to get that, blah, blah, blah. And then all the fucking critics now have been saying, oh, there's comedy where you think it wouldn't be. And I'm like, haha. Because he's a funny guy.
But
I want that.
it doesn't have to be one, but a horror director doing something like Blade would be super dope.
I don't think they ever need to redo Blade. They were good movies.
Yeah, but I mean, you could keep telling that story.
Who owns Blade?
That's a good. Yeah, but he means like film wise.
Yeah, film-wise, who owns Blade?
But shouldn't they have gotten it back by now?
And
When's the last time Blade came out of the movie? That was 20.
90s? Maybe early 2000s?
Early 2000s at least.
Wait, what?
That's
Trinity
No
didn't
Dark
come out
Horse and
until-
no Marvel? Is that what you said?
No, I said we have Blade bunched in with Dark Horse instead of Marvel
Okay, I was about to say, why would you do that? That's
in the comic section.
So are you looking up?
Okay. On Marvel has it. On May 2nd, 2013, Feige confirmed in an interview that the Ghost Rider and Punisher rights had reverted back to Marvel from Sony and Lionsgate respectively, as well as reaffirming the acquisition of the Blade rights.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way that Marvel doesn't have it back by now. They haven't done anything with it in over a decade.
because Ghost Rider's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Ooh. Is it good?
Yeah, he's pretty alright.
The Nicolas Cage.
Remember we talked about how that's not a really good show multiple times.
Well, we've talked about it. Aaron seemed to disagree somewhat.
It was, it was
Like,
alright.
The first season's okay.
I
but
love the
much
Irish
more than
dude, or
that.
Scottish dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can forget him.
The Irish dude or
The
Scottish
Irish
dude.
The Irish/Scottish
I
dude.
can't remember his name. I'm feeling Kevin, but it's not that.
You say a different name every time.
Now,
It's Kevin, the Irish Scottish dude
Kevin.
named Kevin.
But he's unforgettable.
Kevin O'Flaherty.
Such a memorable performance.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
no, I don't.
He's a haggis jetpack.
I'm not
Why is
sure.
this so funny?
And every deal I'm sure is different, but I don't know that Marvel didn't have the. God, I hate you guys so much.
It's a haggis jetpack. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
I was good. I was about to come down, and then I looked at him, and he was still just like looking right at me.
Okay,
I
sorry.
blamed it too. You didn't
Sorry.
see that.
Go ahead. I think I'm good now.
We're just slap happy.
But
See the peeps.
does Marvel? Because I don't know if Marvel lost their
Down to clown.
TV rights to Ghost Rider and Punisher and all of that, or if that got locked up with the movie rights, because all those tend to be separate. Because like, there's a reason why we got a Spider-Man animated movie from Sony right now, because they can't do a live action one. But they still do, like, Marvel has control of like Spider-Man, at least as an animated TV property, and if they wanted to, they could do a live action of that. And I'm always kind of wondering like where are the rights at, and what actually can Marvel do with the characters. Like, even though Fox still technically has hold of the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, if Marvel wanted to, I guess they couldn't, no, because otherwise it wouldn't have been an Inhumans show if they could have just done an X-Men. Well, no, because they save their big things for movies typically, so I don't know.
And you're talking about James Wan wanting to do a Marvel movie.
James wanting to do. No, you can't break up that one.
Stop
I
it.
feel like
Finish your
like-
thought.
Fucking James Wan wanting to do that. What's his name? Jason Momoa had said that there was another DC character that he would wanted to play before Aquaman.
Lobo.
Fucking Lobo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's perfect for it.
Yeah,
For real.
he looks perfect for it, and he would be cool with the
You
white.
couldn't do anything with Lobo without being R-rated. Without
He could.
He could. He was in Teen Titans.
You could do Deadpool being PG-13. You
on
could
a,
easily
on
do
an animated scale. I'm just talking about like
Live
if
action
you're gonna
even.
do Lobo, if you're gonna do Lobo and you're going to do it well, if you're going to do it to the point that people want it to be at, with it being fucking Lobo, which it's fucking Lobo. I feel like
You know
it
who'd
would
a
be
good Lobo?
it would be
Jason
way better
Momoa.
as an R-rated or a TVMA kind of thing
Jeff
before it
Bridges.
would be. You think really?
If he was like 30 years younger.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's a little stretch.
I just watched The Big Lebowski.
I'm
Man,
dicking you in,
he
man.
did such a good job in Tron. It's like the only good thing about Tron other than like the animation.
I love Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges is just a good guy, man.
Jeff Bridges!
What's that one? What's that
So
one where he's a
topic.
singer? True Heart or something like that.
What?
He's a
No.
singer.
Crazy Heart.
But
That's
Ghost
better.
Rider.
True Heart.
True Grit.
Ghost Rider. Does anyone want to see
No.
No.
anything with Ghost
Crazy
Rider
Grit.
again?
I liked.
What, you want to see what again?
Anything with Ghost Rider
I liked
again?
some of his
Ever?
appearances in random
Like-
cartoons.
Right.
He had his own cartoon.
He had this cool thing that he did with Iron Fist in the comics that was pretty cool that I would love to see.
What was the cool thing he did that was pretty cool?
They've just teamed up
Oh,
and
I
did
thought
stuff.
you meant like a specific movie.
No, they did cool stuff together.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I mean, one would punch and the other like through a chain, and
Yeah, that makes sense.
one
That's
like
what they do.
yeah.
The Iron Fist thing, man. It's just like
He's such a I don't understand.
the immortal Iron Fist. I'm the immortal Iron
Fist.
I'm
That's
the
just
immortal
the
Iron
show.
Fist.
It was a bad choice. No, it was a bad choice of actor.
Yeah, that's true.
That guy was not good. Not meant to
Really?
be the Iron Fist.
You think
Yeah.
that's the reason? Other than the fact that the writing said to say I'm the immortal Iron Fist every 30 seconds?
In his defense, he was the immortal
That's fair. You didn't have to announce it to every single person you met every single time.
Wouldn't you?
Immediately.
You gotta get your name out there.
Immediately.
It's branding. That's how
Yeah.
you make it in this country.
If I was immortal, I would tell everyone and then offer for them to stab me. So.
well,
He's
it's
pro-
not,
this
it's not
is
that
probably
he's
his way to
immortal.
get into the Avengers.
He's the immortal Iron.
Do the Avengers get paid? They gotta get paid. They work for the government.
No.
Is it like a?
They're a special
You're
sanctioned.
talking about
Profit?
Batman?
You'd have to pay them in cash because some of them have secret.
I know that there are
Up to-
timelines where
Right.
most of the Justice League gets paid by Batman. By Bruce Wayne. In some
Who
way,
of
shape, or
them?
form.
Who in?
Didn't wouldn't it be?
Who
considered
has
like
who has a
nonprofit
secret
or something?
identity in the Avengers?
Most of them do until Civil
Good
War.
call.
Like Tony Stark's, like Captain America didn't. Tony
Like
Stark
a-
didn't.
No, but fucking
Gay charitable.
Black
Hulk
Panther did.
for,
Did
Justice
Hulk?
the
League.
Hulk.
Yeah.
Black Panther
Like
does too.
having promotional things for them.
Outside of Wakanda.
Up until Civil War. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which
yeah.
makes me wonder why nobody guessed that he was Bruce Wayne.
Who's British?
Bruce Wayne was. It was a side conversation that
Bruce
was
Wayne
happening.
should have a
Um,
British accent to throw people off.
there
Batman's not
are
British.
timelines where
Where are all the drugs going?
there are timelines
Sweater me.
where Bruce Wayne throws fundraisers for the Justice League, and
Oh,
the
who's
fact
not
that they
putting
didn't
together?
guess that Bruce Wayne and Batman were the same person just
Man,
doesn't
There's
make any sense to me.
there's something in
It's like
it's
he just was flaunting it in everyone's face.
It's like war crimes. Everyone knows it's going on, but
Right.
what are you gonna fucking do
Yeah.
about it?
man. There's
I mean, he's throwing a great party, giving you money. Doesn't matter.
there's like a scene in one of the animated movies where like they're talking about like raising funds for the Justice League, and Wonder Woman's like the merch supply that I've been selling is doing great. Like I love that that's like a functioning thing in there. Like Clark Kent probably makes money off of
Superman.
Superman
t-shirts.
stuff.
It's a very
Yeah.
modernized thing. Yeah. But I mean, like, how do you even do that and keep your identity completely?
I mean, just he signs his checks as Superman.
No, but okay, so he
Or
walks
Kal-El.
into
No,
the
he
bank
signed.
in his like super suit. And he's
Waits
just like,
in line.
I'd like to fill out a checking account.
And then he puts on glasses and no one knows who he is.
Right. He puts on the reading glasses to fill out the check. And like, who the fuck are you?
What?
Do you think he sued
You're
like the
Clark
first
Kent.
person to make Superman clothing?
That is my original intellectual property.
My father made that symbol. Yeah.
Stand for copyright, kids.
It's the American
oh my
way.
God. Oh man, Captain America got real America at that point in my head.
Oh my God.
Merchandising and commercialism and fucking
Bullet
like
bonds.
consumerism and like
Super
oh my God, holy shit.
I could see him shilling like guns in World War II.
That's what I mean. That's what they used him for in the beginning.
But I'm talking about like modernized.
Yeah.
He could still,
just seeing Chris Evans do that.
Yeah, like in Spider-Man: Homecoming, whenever they're in detention.
We're gonna get those terrorists.
Pretty sure this guy's a war criminal now, but whatever. I have to show this.
Did he get paid for that? He probably got paid for that. Man.
Well, everybody knows who Captain America is.
do you
Everybody
need
knows who
money
Iron
if
Man
you're
is.
Captain America?
That's the difference between DC and fucking Marvel in my head is that a lot of people know who the Marvel characters are as superheroes and their actual like personalities.
Yeah, a lot of them.
But in
Alright,
DC,
Doesn't
like the
everybody
big
need
ones.
money?
I mean,
in
I'm just
DC
gonna
they
say
have
that
more
the
secret
government pays
identities.
for everything for Captain
For
America.
everything?
Like his food, his hotel rooms,
How
his
long does he get to
houses.
suckle
Well,
on the
not now.
teat of being
the
like,
MCU,
oh,
like-
I was frozen, I can't do anything? Like, how? When do they say suck it up? Go get a job.
He got,
Until he stops
His
killing
job is
everyone
got-
for them.
he got
Captain of
basically
America.
well,
So he has to
basically
get paid
exiled
for
from-
killing everyone.
He got basically
How else does
Does
he go buy
no,
snow
he just-
cones?
he has-
Does he just have like a Shield credit card?
He
Yes.
has lodging. He has lodging up until a point. He has lodging. Oh, and then he has lodging again when he's a prisoner.
so he got basically
Weird how that
exiled
works.
from he got basically exiled from America with
Came the nomad.
the whole like
Of North Africa.
arguing with Tony Stark and whatever.
Arguing with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, right.
Probably that's your answer for who funds Avengers.
Tony
Yeah.
Stark.
He's the one fucking paying their payroll.
Right.
Oh
Probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's Batman.
They have rooms
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Stark
That makes sense.
Towers or whatever.
Yeah.
But Tony Stark also gets grants from the government,
Well, yeah, of course.
so
That he gets
He's-
paid.
His
Is
money has to
facto?
come
I'm
from
telling you,
somewhere.
everybody gets
Yeah.
paid. Captain America has to get paid. He doesn't just do it all for free. How's he go get ice cream?
Because you can walk into a store and be like, "Hey, I'm Captain America. You mind throwing me a cone?"
Dude, but that's
But see,
oh,
you're a musician. You know how that fucking diagram works. Once you reach the point where you have enough money that you can afford anything, you don't have to pay for anything anymore
Right.
because people give it to you.
Yeah.
he has cash in the Avengers. He gives Nick Fury $10.
See, I think that like your
he did now.
Your-
Yeah, I still hear
your
something.
standard like street level people, your Spider-Man, and certainly your Luke Cages and Punishers and stuff.
Luke Cage gets paid.
Yeah,
Cage-
Luke Cage owns a bar.
He's a hero for hire.
See, exactly. They're on the fucking grind. Like
Yeah.
they're having to.
How many people in the MCU right now don't actually have a secret identity?
None of them because of Civil War.
Well, Spider-Man.
Okay,
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Publicly, Spider-Man is still
Right,
kind
okay,
of on the
yeah.
outs.
Yeah.
None of the
Black Widow
Avengers
technically
proper.
doesn't she have some sort
He's,
of maybe?
he's Avengers
Some
proper
sort of
now.
what?
A secret identity?
No, no one has a secret identity that has anything to do with Shield because in the Winter Soldier, Black Widow gave out all Shield files.
Oh, Black
That's
Widow
why
has
Civil War happened to
Black
begin
Widow
with.
has a secret identity.
No,
as
she
well.
doesn't because she sent it out like with anybody that had anything to do with Shield is out in the open now because she let the walls of Shield fall because it was being controlled by Hydra.
Oh.
So all Hydra agents got
So, yeah,
all Hydra agents
Spider-Man's-
got revealed and all Shield
That
agents
was,
got
that was,
revealed.
that was before.
Spider-Man, maybe Ant-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man.
That's
maybe.
I think
Maybe.
Spider-Man's Tony's logs. I don't think that's
Yeah.
Well,
Shield.
people.
Shield was already fucking
Dude.
down by that point.
Do they know who
Yeah.
Ant-Man is? No, because he's on House
Yeah, they
Arrest.
know who they know who he is.
But wait, no.
The
does
government, I mean the public.
Does his family know about all that shit? going
Yeah,
on?
they loved it.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like best friends with him now.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And in the second movie, they're like super cool with him. They high five and
No, no,
stuff.
no, no. I mean, do other people in Ant-Man's life know that he's Ant-Man?
Yeah.
His
Like
daughter
his
definitely
daughter
does.
Yeah,
does,
his daughter does,
and
but
his
I mean-
friend. Yeah, his friends do.
Like the general
Okay.
public.
They help him
Okay.
out. They
The,
like
the
Right.
general public though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I-
that's what I'm saying. Is like after Civil War,
Like,
you
if you
can
go to
pretty
the
much assume
grocery
that most
store-
of the characters.
Right.
Someone would be like, "That's Ant Man."
Yeah, that's my thing. Like I think that Ant-Man and wow, Spider-Man. our I was gonna say his real name, Peter Parker.
Oh, never mind. You said it anyway.
Who?
Him and Peter
Fucking
Parker
die.
are the only ones that have
Any sort of secret identity?
any kind of anonymity at all.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows who Captain America is. That's pretty much how he's bred into it. Tony Stark did it to himself on purpose.
Wasn't
Yeah,
like the first line, not the first line literally in the movie, but wasn't he like, I'm gonna hide my identity, and then he goes down and is like, I'm Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Hulk and Thor originally had.
Ooh, does people know who Bruce Banner is?
I think they know who the Hulk is, but I don't know if they know.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they know who
That's
Bruce
a question.
Banner is. He's like a world-renowned.
Yeah, but
Right,
They
I
don't
if
know
they've,
that
like,
they
combined
cross
the
the
two.
combination.
I'm pretty
of
sure
the
everybody knows.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing going on there.
I don't know. I don't know if we've gotten a chance.
Well, I
to
mean,
see.
he would also have shield files, so
Right.
they probably know who
Okay,
he is.
that's right, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
That
and if he
shield
gets
following
slightly
changed the whole game.
Whew.
And if he gets slightly angry, he turns.
Not even no. He
Well,
can, no.
He's
He has
That's
a
his
secret.
secret.
He's,
He's
always,
always
angry.
The MCU Hulk is a lot different.
Dope
than
scene, but like,
It's been
The
a long
other
time
ones.
since I've seen any of the originals.
But
I mean, he at some point he's able to control it a lot
Right.
more. Like it's, I mean, to a point where like
And
something
now-
big has to happen to him.
and now he can't bring it out.
He
on
can't
his
get it
own.
up.
And now they've actually
Can't
made the
get it
thing
right.
of its two personalities, which is awesome, because like in the like Edward Norton films, like it was a complete loss of control and like
Right.
all of that, and there wasn't really a disconnect of the two actual personalities, and now they have the like
They
The
both have their own
Hulk.
personality.
Bruce Banner and then them figuring out between themselves, and that's definitely what I want to see in Endgame.
oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
It
This-
has to like.
They didn't want to get. I'm guessing they just didn't. They couldn't. They knew that giving him a movie would probably be bad.
They
So they
can't.
made a movie within.
Yeah.
They can't.
Oh yeah, rights and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
They can't give the Hulk his own like standalone movie, but they can put the Hulk in other characters' movies, which is why Ragnarok is as much Ragnarok as it is Planet Hulk,
Hulk. Yeah.
which is dope because that's a fucking
Oh
great
my
story.
God, it was so awesome. Ragnarok. Like I got chills in several parts, especially the
Which parts did you get chills in?
Come on, why?
especially
Why?
especially the where Thor was about to beat him, and then it happened, and then like the Hulk like down to earth like fucking thing. I was like, oh, that's so awesome. And Thor's not gonna die from that. Like holy shit!
He's a god.
Like
He's taking a few
expresses the
punches.
power
Right.
of like how really like powerful Thor is, and then the
Oh, fucking immigrant song.
yeah, the fucking that. My mom talks about that shit. Like my own mother like went to go and see that. David, her boyfriend is a really big comic fan, and has read them his whole life and like whatever, and like she went to go see it with him, and she talks about that scene of like it coming into that, and like she was like, it was so awesome, and came in and like it went so well with the music, and she's like a choreography, like she's a dance teacher, so she's like a choreography whore on that.
Right.
So she's like, oh my god, she just like freaked out about that entire scene, and like, oh man, going through the different characters through the movie and everything. Oh man, it was so awesome. I love that movie so much. I need to go back and watch that. And Infinity War.
What about
I need
it?
to watch again.
Okay.
I need to watch again. But
So you're pointing at me like I don't even
I
know.
need to watch
you
that.
will watch it.
I have,
You will watch
I have
it with
watched
me.
it many times.
But you will watch it with me and point out the things that you
Bes-
saw.
Besides the Avengers,
Everything.
Yeah.
Besides the Avengers movies, honestly, Ragnarok, Homecoming, and probably Civil War have the most rewatchability and probably rank the highest for me on the MCU list. Really,
Man.
really love those movies.
the first Avenger,
Doctor
man.
Strange is really good.
Yeah, I like Doctor Strange. It didn't hook me as much as like
I watched
the
it
hype
twice.
built to it.
Just the effects in general.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah.
The first Captain
No,
America
it's dope.
movie is
Oh,
probably
yeah.
it's
I like
always
the second one.
I like both of them, yeah. But
Winter Soldier. Is
Winter
the second
Soldier's
one?
really good.
Winter Soldier is the second one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I would like rewatch because the fight scenes, especially when it came into the compound that they're in with the Winter Soldier and Widow and Captain America and Black Panther and like all that. Like Black Panther getting introduced as like a
He's not in.
Civil
He's
War.
not in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's
that's Civil War.
Yeah.
Wait, no, then yeah, Civil War. My bad. My bad, because that's the fight scene that I'm thinking of. That's like the one that I would always like rewatch over and over again.
That the
Yeah.
fight scene.
At the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, not the one. Well, at the airport.
The one after the airport.
Right.
But,
Oh yeah.
The
especially
fucking the brutal brawl between Cap, Bucky, and Iron Man.
They just
Yeah.
transition into that though,
Yeah.
because it starts
That's-
at the airport.
no, just fucking Tony, just saying, like, analyze fight sequence. It's like countermeasures ready. Let's kick his ass. Oh god.
It's so fucking quiet and raw and
Mhm.
beautiful, and it reminds me of like one of the classic original trilogy lightsaber fights, or whenever Obi-Wan struck down Maul. Like, I just love those still quiet little fight scenes that tell you so much about a character. I love spectacle. You know, I'd love to see some actual planet fucking tossing destruction in the MCU. That'd be fucking dope. I love that kind of shit. But the thing that really gets me are those quiet little fights that really tell you a lot about the character, and you can tell are really
the
emotionally
reality
driven.
of the situation.
Right.
I mean, we've
Yeah.
gotten both. Thanos has thrown part of a moon.
Yeah. I don't know. We've gotten the full gamut in the MCU.
They're doing so fucking well.
Like, honestly, I know that not everybody loved it,
Insane.
but I love fucking Paul Rudd as Ant-Man.
Oh,
Me
same,
too.
same.
And
Absolutely.
Ant-Man the Wasp
I-
was really fucking good.
Yeah.
I haven't had an argument for Paul Rudd playing Ant-Man at all.
Oh,
this
not of him
entire
playing,
time.
not of him playing, just that the movies are too funny or aren't as good, and they're
Isn't
not.
That's
Ant-Man
what Ant-Man
kind of-
is.
Right?
in the
Yeah,
Avengers,
absolutely.
like,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was about to say, isn't Ant-Man kind of a funny
Oh yeah,
he's kind
absolutely.
of a
character?
goof,
Like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Oh,
Hank
yeah.
Pym wasn't
Yeah,
that much of a
Hank,
screw
Hank was
around.
Hank
Didn't
was
know if
an
I was getting
Hank was an
that from
asshole,
wrong.
wasn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, he's a lot more straightforward.
Yeah. Hank, he's not like a terribly serious person, but he's more sardonic than. like,
He's very
kind of
dry.
jokey sarcasm,
Yeah.
I've said it once. I'll say it again. Every time that I don't have like, because I haven't read a lot of comics. Every time that I don't have like a lot of like grasp on how a character acts or something,
Mm-hmm.
I go to comic historians.
Yeah.
And I go through a couple, just 2 or 3
Yeah.
of their like best ones about said character, and they bring about a real good like thing of like telling you when this part isn't like this other universe that happened.
Yeah.
And like they really break it down as well as telling you the entire story of that comic. And like Ant-Man seemed like a goof to me when I've gone back on those, because I
And-
still haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp.
It's good shit.
It's good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
There's a lot of stuff that I need to catch up on from being gone for so long and being out in the middle of fucking nowhere and not having a movie theater
Yep.
very close. Do we?
Okay.
Do you?
Hmm.
Humor in that is pretty on point.
Oh yeah.
They're like some.
When you
pretty-
put a quarter in jukebox, you get the whole song.
that whole story.
I
Mhm.
have no idea.
Oh, it's so good.
You asked me where he was.
But speaking of breaking things down, I believe now is a time to wrap this up. So make sure to hit that there like button, subscribe, share this with your friends.
Share it with your enemies.
Share with your enemies, share with people you don't know, harass people with it. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Give it to your children as a Christmas present.
Ooh, yes.
So box up this podcast if you can find a way to do that.
Go
Go-
just give them a computer.
Go to our
With just this playing on it.
go to our
It's the
Patreon
only thing you can.
in the link, and
No.
buy all of your children a Indie Carnival
It's evil.
patronage. this Christmas.
What has been doing good? What are the people liking out of what we've been putting out lately?
Great question.
Life on the Bone Farm.
Go watch yourself some
And Child's Play.
Life on the Bone Farm and some Child's Play.
You want
Both
want
fantastic series.
a classic throwback? You can watch season 1 and 2 of Does It Science.
Yeah.
Production on season 3 starts this January. It's going to be really fun. Changed a lot of stuff up, trying some new things out. And
Maybe Also Nolan finds love. Don't count on it.
I have this really weird like lore thing to put in. I want you to read this thing I've been writing about your character.
Wait, what?
Or characters, I might
Oh, okay.
think.
Yeah.
Not Strawman.
Oh.
Nolan and also Nolan.
Oh.
Can I plug my own shit?
yeah, get your
And if you like Mega Man, starting in January, I will be running a Mega Man series with
Cool.
Coco Cawthorn, and he will be playing.
Say
We will
his
be
full
playing
name.
every single
know who he is.
Mega Man run through 10 and then X through X10 as well. And that will be found on Colin Crocodile as a YouTube page, and you can also find me on all the other things at Colin Crocodile.
That'll be in the sub box for you guys to click on, and I believe that is everything. So thank you guys for hanging out. And this, no, what's this? 48.
Probably.
Yeah, it's 48.
48? Cool.
48.
So, after this week, we got 2 more episodes. I'm going to take a quick break and come back with an all-new season, all-new set. It's going to be a whole new game here on Fandom Nonsense. But, since this will be the last time that we'll see you, until then, have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and goodbye.